What's up, New York Jets fans? How you doing tonight? Fight! Hit that New York Jets chant. Jets, Jets, Jets. All right, everybody out there. How you doing tonight? Make sure you're hitting that like button on your way in so that more people can see that the Midnight Mike Show is live. This is the Jets Show for all the blue-collar Jets fans that bleed green. I am your host, like I said, Midnight Mike, your late-night New York Jets host. And tonight, we are, I guess you could say, celebrating? Is it celebrating when you're celebrating a Viking funeral? Because we have to bring our hopes up. We have to keep all our hopes alive that this season is not destroyed after last week's embarrassing game against the Denver Broncos. And we are here in hopes that tomorrow morning, well, it'd be tomorrow afternoon in London, but tomorrow morning here on the East Coast, the New York Jets can defeat the Minnesota Vikings. Now, of course, we do have, of course, our Minnesota Vikings correspondent, Sean Neutron, who will be joining us a little later in the show, probably around 9:30. And my co-host, Maddie, said he might be a little late tonight because he said that his daughter's having her first homecoming dance. I don't know why that's more important than the Midnight Mike Show and the New York Jets fans, but we'll make him explain when he gets on the show tonight. Of course, we have a lot of things planned for tonight. We want to, once again, hit those likes on your way in. Subscribe if you are new. And of course, I love to try to build up. It's the beginning of the month. Let's try to build up some of them super chats. Let's get those in. It's right at the bottom of your screen. And, of course, join the channel. Become a member of the Midnight Mafia. You are going to get tons of bonus members-only stuff that only you will be able to see and watch on the replay and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, over the past week or so, I would venture to bet that I've done like 3 members-only streams. You know, you'd have to go back and look. But yeah, I've been putting out a lot of content for you guys. It comes up very randomly live where almost everybody can watch it, but then it immediately comes down and boom, it goes behind the Midnight Mafia members, join, whatever page. And oh, by the way, if you would like to, if you're new to this channel, a lot of people like to gift Midnight Mike Show channel memberships, okay? But you can't receive them unless you go down below into the chat, hit that little $sign, and then click, I believe, gifted channel memberships, and then you'll see a little thing that says accept gifted channel memberships. And that's the way if someone comes in and is generous enough to gift Midnight Mike Show memberships, that's how you would receive them. And all I ask in return, if you do receive a gifted Midnight Mike Show membership, is to thank the person who gifted that membership to you. We got a lot of people in the chat. Once again, Maddie is not here yet, but he will be here, folks. If any of my captains are out there, Murdog or Tommy or Sean. Well, Sean I know is around 9:30. If any of you guys who have the link want to call in now and join me in the show, you are more than welcome. You don't have to wait your normal like 9:15, 9:20 time slot, because I'm running solo right now and I want someone to talk to. I actually just did a members only like 45-minute stream just by myself. So it'd be nice to actually have someone come in and join the stream. Okay, good. I'm going to be bringing somebody in momentarily. Real quick, tonight's show, we're going to go over the Vikings game in London tomorrow morning. We all have to stay up late with the Midnight Mike show and then get to bed so that we can wake up early and enjoy football at 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8:30. Oh, these are my wife's least favorite days. But it's Jets football, and we gotta wake up and watch some Jets football. Usually, if there's an international game, I'll wake up when I wake up, and I'll turn on the game when I turn on the game. But it's the Jets, and a lot of Jets fans are taking over London. I've seen tons of pictures from tons of different accounts, and I'm very excited for that. But anyway, yeah, we also got some new moderators in the chat there. Kim is one of them. Dano is one of them. Who else is one? Ricky NY is one of them. And I think there's another one. I got to remember these things. We're going to talk about the Jets and Vikings. We're going to talk about the Yankees in the postseason. We're going to talk about the Mets in the postseason. Mets having a Cinderella season over there in the National League. And then, of course, I want to bring up my New Jersey Devils, who started off the NHL season in the Global Series, taking the first two games from the Buffalo Sabres and starting the season off 2-0. Let's go Devils. We're going to talk about all that, but and of course, right in the middle of the show, we have our intermission report and Mike and Maddie's top 5. So a fun night ahead, folks. Get those likes in, like. We want more people to see that we are live, and you guys in the algorithm are the reason that they will see that. I didn't start my game of the week. That's embarrassing. Let's bring in my co-host as of right now. He's from the Jet Stream. It's Murdog. What's up, Murdog? How you doing tonight?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Can you hear me good? I am calling from abroad.
Calling from where?
Abroad. I don't mean like a female. I mean like from Europe.
Oh, so you're not riding abroad. You're calling from abroad.
Riding abroad from abroad while being abroad. I think that
nice. That sounds great. And you got a title belt? What is that?
Yeah, I got 2. Because I don't know if we should wear them until after we win tomorrow or today for me. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
I want to go into this game as the champ, though, just for like mental preparedness against the Vikings. We got to go in there with confidence.
Yeah, that's yeah, I completely agree. That's why I decided, you know what? Let's not start this show out on a depressed mode. Let's put that Broncos game behind us and let's start getting excited and getting our confidence built behind our team, because when they're clicking, the New York Jets should easily be able to beat the Minnesota Vikings. That's all I'm saying. What is that, a Virgil's, or is that a beer?
Well, this is a beer.
Oh, nice. Have you ever had Virgil? Have you ever had Virgil's root beer?
No. I love root beer. I never had Virgil's.
It's one of the best, and it comes in one of the bottles like that where you have to pop the metal thing, and it pops the ceramic top off with the rubber cork.
And that's root beer.
It's good stuff. You can actually get them at your local Cracker Barrels. I don't know if you have Cracker Barrels anywhere near you.
No, I wouldn't go to Cracker Barrel because that's racist.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I hate when people do that.
Okay.
All right, let's go into the chat real quick. See who's here. Our resident Dolphin fan, Scott Black, is in here. Good to see you. Jerome is in here. Welcome to the pre-victory Saturday. Jerome, I like your confidence. Another resident, he's back. Another resident Dolphins fan. Go Vikings. Yeah, go F yourself. And Scott Black, I bleed aqua and orange. I know, the gayest colors in the history of any sport. Congratulations. We love it. Greg Rollo comes in. Hackett and Saleh better have a plan. They won't. This is very possible. He's having an outstanding season. No one can take that away from him. Sam Darnold definitely kicking butt. Love that. I love that. I love that for him. How do you feel about that? Sam Darnold making a nice little resurgence. That's you, Murdoch.
I thought you were talking to the chat. It's in Jets fashion, Mikey, that of course, he fails for us, but then grows and becomes a pretty good quarterback with somebody else. But he's not a bad kid.
No.
I was never rooting against him. Like, do I give a fuck if he succeeds? No. But am I actively rooting against him? Not when he doesn't play us. He wasn't like he even said when they tried, I don't know if you noticed, but the media tried to fuel the fire. Like, do you feel like the Jets organization let you down? And he was like, he didn't fall for it. And he was like, I had plenty of opportunities, and that's on me. Like, I didn't play well. Good answer. Yeah. It's true. Maybe a combination of both.
And to be fair, Murdoch, we didn't really give him a team around him to really benefit him. So we kind of did him bad. He didn't play that great. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm not rooting against him unless he plays us because he's a good kid. Shit just happened. It didn't work out with us, but
we will see. We will see. Scott Black coming in, another Sunday rant coming, possibly. I'm not going to completely rule that out. I mean, regardless, I will have a reaction after the game. But how pissed off will I be? That remains to be seen. Guess who's back? Back again. YouTube users back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Nah, 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 nah. That's how it goes. Anyway. Hyro in here. What's up, Hyro? Let's go Mets. What's up, everybody? Guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. I see Infrared in here. I see, let's see, who else is in here? Hyro, Jerome, all you guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show. And I hope all of you have helped me out by hitting that like button. I would really appreciate that because like I said, it really does help out the show. Stack wants to know, Murdoch in Germany, Oktoberfest.
I am in Germany. Deutschland.
Nice.
I am here. I got Steins. I got the big boy. And
so you decided to fly overseas, but not go to London. You instead went to Germany.
It was a choice that possibly I was going to have a layover in London, and I was like, should I just go to the game?
you're like nah.
I was like, no, but I was coming here specifically to something else. So I said, fuck, bad timing, but
this one's new. I don't know my own mind. I think he or she is new. Can we get Devontae and Reddick in the building, please? I could care less about Hassan Reddick. I know you're probably new to the show, but he can go kick rocks. It would be nice to have Devontae.
Kick rocks with flip-flops on, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'll take Devontae, though. I have no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that. Awesome, Scott. I appreciate that. Like button smash. Channel member Scott. That's awesome. Pro 16K, no shame in losing to the best team in the NFL. Best team, so the Chiefs and the refs are we talking about? I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got to bring in my co-host. Maddie, how you doing tonight?
Good. What's going on?
Chilling. Just chilling.
Yeah, I'm not excited for tomorrow. I mean, I'm excited because there's a game, but I worry there's a very good chance that Fox or Robert Saleh and that fucking idiot Hackett are going to blow it with a bunch of undisciplined play. If the players didn't suffer for their play this week, we don't have a chance of winning because it's quite clear that they're not being held accountable, and I'm tired of it. I am firmly in the fire Saleh train. Scott, what's up, buddy? That said, I actually am 50-50, probably 51-49. I actually think the Jets are going to come away with this one. I think the shine might come off the apple here a little bit. But we'll see. I think the Jets are going to be pissed at how they played last week, which could help them.
Maddie, real quick. Your internet is kicking bad right now. I don't know if you need to restart your computer or what's going on over there. You are blurry,
fine on my end.
Choppy. What about you, Murdoch?
He's grainy.
Yeah, grainy and choppy.
Extra pasty.
All right, I'll restart it.
All right, see what you can do. See what you can do.
Mikey, just to give you a heads up, it's 3:15 in the morning here.
Oh, that sounds nice. I will 100% not be up at 3:15 on the East Coast. No way in hell. Guys, Richard Todd 14. Wow, thanks Richard for being in here. What if they have a new GM and head coach next year? Save the picks and pass on Adams. Look, we're in an all-in thing right now, so it's like get him in here and see. I mean, he'd be on what I think his contract would end up being 2 years. Well, this year and next year. I don't know. It's a win now thing. It's like we have our chance. Let's do it. We're gonna blow up the ship eventually. So why not at least try for this season? Why not at least go full bore? That's how I'm thinking.
Well, I have. What picks is he talking about? Because I don't think we're not giving up first rounders if we get them, right? That's the starting point. Maybe like a second or thirds, something like in that range.
Yes.
Are you really going to hold on to a lottery ticket it's not even like a top 10 pick. We're talking mid round, maybe multiple mid rounds for a guy with a Hall of Fame receiver that has the best connection with our current quarterback. Now you got to think if we get Devontae in here, even if he's not even like the Devontae of old, that takes a lot of pressure off Garrett Wilson to not have to get open you know what I mean? Like they're going to have to use resources to stop Devontae too. And that just opens up everything else we could throw at them. That means even Lazard's could be better than he has already been. Braylon could be better. Brees will definitely be better because now there's more of a threat with the aerial game. So adding weapons this year in an all-in year, or maybe 2 all-in seasons, you gotta just make all the moves you have to make this team as strong as possible. Right now.
Yeah. Alan, I did see that. It did. We did bring up Martinez. I guess he's our emergency QB for tomorrow, which doesn't bode well for Aaron Rodgers because that means that they might be expecting him to have some sort of injury. He was questionable. I never thought he would not be playing, but that kind of tells me that they know something that they haven't told us. So don't really love that. Yeah. It's rough. We are going to be going over our picks for the week of all of week 5's games. Here, let's see if this got any better. Maddie, what's up?
I don't know. Is it better? That was weird.
The sound is better. You're still choppy on your camera.
Really? See, on my end and on StreamYard, it's not showing any problems. And we had an internet outage a couple days ago, and they've had to fix it. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
That might have.
It's really
I don't
weird.
know.
That frame looks much better, but he's frozen. You know what? Maybe, Maddie, if you're closer to the camera, when you were further away in the chair, it was almost like you had a stocking on, like a bank robber. Now, as you're closer, now your face looks better.
I don't know what the problem
that's
is.
something Maddie's never heard. The closer your face is, the better.
That's a new one. That sounds like you want my credit card number and my mom's maiden name. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is better or what, but
it is what it is. By the way, Rick rolls back, and
Rick rolls back
once again, acting like a child. I do have Kim. Where are you at on this one? Do not block, do not ban. But when he starts spamming the chat, if we could, Maddie can actually do that too, but he's not in YouTube, so I don't know if he can pull that one off.
Let's see.
When he starts spamming the chat, just start getting rid of that crap. We talked about this on the members only stream. I'm not banning anybody. If he wants to make fun of me, that's fine. But when you start using words like that and it could affect my channel, that's where your freedom of speech ends, buddy. When it affects someone else's freedom of speech, like my freedom of speech to bring a show, or someone else's freedom of speech to be able to talk in the chat and us to see it without you spamming it like a child. So it is what it is. And just to prove that I have no problem, he came in, he said Jets suck, and I have no problem with him being in here. He's welcome, but you can't spam the chat and write shit like that. It's just
Nick.
Weird. Well.
Oh, is Monique in here?
Yeah, Nick showed up, gave us a wave.
Nice.
Weird.
We'll send Nick after him.
Close this. Maybe I can get.
We'll just send Monique in and have her beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I got my money be on Monique.
There she is, channel member.
Hey, I don't know if you guys.
Absolutely.
I can't get the Yankee game. I'm trying to follow it on my phone. I got 6-5 bottom 7th. I could listen to it, but that would be counterproductive right now.
6-5 who? I had
Yankees.
5-5 last time I checked. Okay.
I got 6-5 bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, runner on second. I just don't know how it's happening. I don't have like Gamecast or I'm just having it live.
Huh. Mets handled their business today.
All right. Well,
Congrats, Matty. Congrats on your Mets.
Thank you very much.
They're doing it when it matters most. Coming up with that, though, man.
They're come behind kids, man. They're doing what they got to do.
All right. Well, before we get into the picks for the week, do you want to quickly go over baseball? Since we're talking about it.
We just did.
Well, let's bring it up because I want to.
The only teams anybody cares about on this channel are the Mets and the Yankees.
Well, that's all we're going to talk about. It's not going to talk about other teams. All right, let's start it off. We were talking about the Cinderella season that we've been seeing so far, and the New York Mets are in the National League. And let me tell you something: they had a miraculous win to get into the playoffs, and then a miraculous win in Game 3 to move on in the playoffs. And here they are in the divisional series, and they already have won a game over the Philadelphia Phillies. Maddie, we have to congratulate you. We have to congratulate Mets. We have to congratulate all the Mets fans in the.
What an amazing second half for a season. That was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't believe it. And then of course they're playing right now. You said it's a 6-5 in the bottom of the set.
6-5. Verdugo singled to left. Jazz Chisholm scored. Verdugo to second.
There you go. The Yankees look like they're now. This game's been up and down. The Yankees keep coming back, and then the Royals will score some runs, and it's kind of been dicey at points. But I'm hoping as we get into the end. The problem is I don't know how you feel, Murdoch. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Yankees pitching.
I've been saying this for years, and this year's no different. I'm a diehard Yankee fan, but they play for the 3-run homer way too much for 10 years, even back from Girardi's days. If you're looking at that lineup, and if you have the majority of your lineup hitting 210, 220, except for 2 or 3 guys, and the on-base percentages are like sitting at 300, you can't win playoff baseball like that. So, and you expect the pitching staff to come through and like shut people down to 1 or 2 runs. You got to get guys. And even more so than batting average, I'm an on-base percentage guy because I don't care how you get on base. I care that you're on base. Set up the big hitters to drive you in. Can't rely on 58 home runs from Aaron Judge or 41 from Soto. Like you can't rely on those two to just hit them out every time. You know what I mean? You got to produce on base. That's baseball. My big thing also is being a baseball player. I don't see them moving runners. They're not playing fundamental baseball. That's why I thought Buck Showalter was going to help the Mets, bringing it back to the old school when he was managing there to like, hey, play smart baseball, move the runners, drop or bunt down. I don't care who's up. You got a guy on second, with nobody out. Bunt his ass over to third, especially in critical situations, and stop looking for the big homer. You know how many more wins they would have a season if they just played smart?
I like that idea for every baseball team. I mean, I just think that's a better way to play the game.
Well, the thing is that the Mets and Yankees have had like pretty much opposite seasons. The Yankees started out strong in the first half, just clearly one of the best teams in baseball, and then just looked like complete shit in the second half. Whereas the Mets started out complete shit,
absolute garbage.
And then in the second half of the season, we're probably one of, if not the best team in baseball. So it's crazy how different these two teams have gone into the playoffs. The Yankees almost lumbered in, even though they won the American League East. It still didn't feel like, and watching them celebrate with their stupid like October, baseball. Yeah, that's like, get out of here. When you win a World Series championship, then pull out the fucking champagne. But my question for all the Mets fans is, do you really think that the Mets actually have a chance? And here's where I go with this. Hold on, let me run, and then you give me your answer. Because if you actually look at the standings here, and this is the postseason picture, the postseason brackets, the Mets are not. I don't. First off, I don't picture them beating the Phillies. In this, I don't. I think they're having a great Cinderella year. I think it's lovely. It wouldn't be. I'm a Phillies fan though, but I'm a Yankee fan at heart. Like my Yankees are my team. They always have been. And I do like seeing people react to the Mets, but the Mets beating the Phillies is a long shot. Then them moving on and beating the Dodgers, I don't know about that. Then going into a World Series against the Yankees or maybe the Indians, even less likely. So for the Mets to win the World Series, you're going to have to hope that every underdog wins. So Detroit beats the Indians, Kansas City beats the Yankees, the Padres beat the Dodgers, the Mets beat the Phillies. Then all these teams are on Cinderella kind of runs at that point. And then the Mets have to be the best of the four. It just doesn't seem it would if the Mets win the World Series this year, it would be the most miraculous World Series victory of all time. Maddie, your thoughts?
No, I mean, you're not wrong, but I only give a shit about one underdog winning, and that's the Mets. I mean, they don't call them the Miracle Mets for nothing. That said, I think getting past Philly is possible. I do.
It's possible.
I think the Dodgers would be fucking tough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the thing. That's a 7-game series. Anything can happen, All I'm going to say is I'm just going to enjoy the playoffs and kind of just go that way with it. It's kind of like I was talking about today with like the football season after the Broncos lost. I'm just going to chill for the next like 3-4 weeks, not worry about the future of the season, the end of the season, and just watch my team play and go on a game by game basis. And like today, Mets only need three to beat the Phillies now, So, but that said, I mean, you paint a very grim picture, and I don't think you're wrong. But nothing's impossible. I mean, I'm gonna drive this boat to the moon somehow.
What you count as grim, I count as reality.
Grim and reality can be the same thing.
But like what I'm saying is that if the Mets end up winning the World Series, like we're talking about one of the most memorable baseball postseasons of all time, because they would have to defeat all odds in every series to get to the World Series and win it.
True, but they're hot at the right time.
Correct.
So you never know.
Murdoch,
looking at
this, what are your thoughts on how realistically can the Mets get to the World Series and then win it?
Okay, so looking at the graphic there, it's an uphill battle. Like it's a gauntlet of the NL. They, squeaking by in dramatic fashion against the Brewers. Okay, cool. Moving on. Now, the Phillies series, Philly's obviously a better team, but that's a divisional matchup, and you never know what's going to happen with division matchups. That you see people knock each other off all the time that weren't supposed to, and that stuff. I just think beating LA is really going to be, that's going to be the hardest part because San Diego, of course, could win, but because that's a divisional matchup as well, right? But beating the winner of that series is going to be like a tall task. But if they could do it, that's the real miracle right there. And if you remember 2000 when the Yankees gloriously beat the Mets in the World Series, the Yankees.
Oh, I remember. That was amazing.
The Yankees made the playoffs that year falling down the stairs. And they were a high school team going into that postseason, and they won the whole thing. So once you get into October, you just it's game by game. Like throw the rest of the season out the window, and it's almost like football. Like who's hot right now? That's what matters. And the Mets are as hot as it can be right now. Coming up with big clutch hits. Do not count them out. As a Yankee fan, I'm saying do not count the Mets out. They're in it to win it. They do have a shot.
Got to keep the fire.
And if Philly takes them lightly, I don't know what the season series was, like how many games Philly beat them or that the Mets won the season series, but it doesn't matter. It's October. You just got to – it's right now. Forget about the last 162.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I look forward to it. I actually do. I look forward to seeing what the Mets can do because it's an interesting storyline. And no matter how much you hate a team or like a team, when there's like an interesting storyline going on, you kind of like get behind the story. Okay. And yeah,
that's what I've said forever. Sports is about being entertained. I mean, that's why NBA Twitter is so much fun, even in the off season. So, even if you hate a team, if they got something fun going on, what do you got to lose by watching them?
All right, guys, check this out. So I came in here thinking like, oh, it's a real chilly night and whatever. I'm going to just wear my hoodie, and now I'm sweating like crazy. So I'm going to pop off for a second, and when we get back, we're going to go over this week, week 5 in the NFL, and
Let's
our
do it.
picks. But until then, guys, enjoy yourselves. I'll be right back.
Oh man,
Yeah.
so what are you doing in Germany, man? I got on late. It's my kiddo's homecoming this week, so I had to do a few things.
I guess I'll just tell the whole story. We're here with my girlfriend. What happened was, in my job, I applied for another job, and I got the other job. And I was like, okay, cool. I only had one vacation day left. So, there's obviously, there's much more room to go up in this other job. So now that I had it secured, I had a decision, or I was offered, when to start it. And I was like, you know what? I can push it back to like 12, 13 days from now, and then take the trip to Germany and not use vacation time.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So I was like,
Smart play.
yeah. So that's what, once I knew that I was taking the other job, I informed my company that I'm leaving, and booked a flight immediately, and jumped on the flight. I was in JFK. It was funny. I was posting in servers that I took the flight in JFK as Joe Douglas to see how many, to see what would happen. And I got a bunch of like double takes like that. Nobody came up to me. Nobody came up to me and asked me, but I was in JFK airport as full Joe Douglas just for fun, just to see. And I got to feel look, and then the confusion on the face, like, what? And I just kept it moving. And but I was looking for the looks, and it was pretty funny.
All right, guys, a lot of you in the chat. I really appreciate it. Guys, do me a favor. Hey, once again, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more people see that we are live here on a late Saturday night. I know a lot of Jets fans probably trying to get to bed a little early tonight in order for the to wake up for the game tomorrow morning, especially on a Saturday when you don't want to be waking up that early on a Saturday, or at least you're waking up and trying. Sunday. Thank you, Maddie. When you don't want to be waking up that early on a Sunday, and if you do wake up, you want to be like groggy around the house, go get your coffee, whatever. You don't want to have to be like getting all riled up and pissed off at the television set. So that's probably where we're all going to end up tomorrow morning. So let's be honest about that.
Yeah, the biggest thing I got to overcome is I'm going to be awake anyways because I work early every day until next month. Is I just got to not cuss and wake up the whole family.
I see this. Johnny's in here, and he says, as a Raiders fan, you can have Devontae. Look, I want Devontae, and I don't know if I said this. I don't know if I said this on Tuesday night show or not, but I'll be honest. As a Jets fan, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I do kind of think he's kind of effing over the Raiders. And once again, I'll take him. It's clear he's wanted to be a Jets fan. A Jets player since like off season or last season. But the truth of the matter is that if he was doing that to our team, I'd be pissed off. I'd be kind of butthurt about how he's treating the team.
In the way you feel about Reddick.
Exactly, precisely. That's how I feel. So Johnny, I get it. I completely get it. I understand. It is what it is. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's get into week 5 of the NFL. Obviously, one game already happened, and that was the Bucs. They lost a pretty tight one to, God, now I'm mind blanking. Who did the Bucs play?
Falcons.
Yes, they played the Falcons. Bucs lost. Speaking of the Bucs, I know I've talked about this on the show before about how I love when players go undercover and try to mess with people. So there's that one where Greg Maddux goes undercover as like a sound guy and then does like batting pitching for I forget who it was.
I don't think I saw that.
It's so funny. It is, dude, check it out. It's really funny. Okay, we get it started off good here, folks. Coming in, gifting a channel membership, Bobby Midnite, and he gets the Jets chant. Jets, Jets, Jets. Bobby Midnite gifting a Midnight Mike Show channel membership. Does anybody know who got that? Somebody tell me who got that channel membership. Like I said earlier in the show, if you are new and you want to be gifted channel memberships, go down below next to the comments. There's a little $sign. That's how you super chat. That's how you gift channel memberships. But it's also, there's a button in there to accept gifted channel memberships. If you haven't hit that button, then you like Bobby just gifted one, you won't be able to get it. So please go down and do that. And please keep this up tonight, folks. It's a great night. We got a game early tomorrow morning, and me and Maddie and Murdog are here for you guys late into the evening. The late night Jet show is running wild. And everyone, of course, coming in and saying hi to Bobby. I'm sure he'll be here when we open up the phone lines after the intermission report. Let me check one more thing. I see Adirondack. I see Adirondack Fly Guy in here. Good to have you back, buddy. Good evening, man. Fellas, and the rest of the Jets fam chat. 15-2. Let's fucking go, Jets.
That'd be fucking awesome. God, that'd be funny.
Please let that happen. Lane, the Lane train. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be 37 years old on Sunday. Well, hopefully the New York Jets can get a win for Lane on his birthday. That's what we're hoping for here, folks. All right, let's get into this. Week 5, NFL. I'm going to give you a game. You tell me who's going to win, and we're starting off with our own New York Jets, the 9:30 game out of London. The New York Jets taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota technically the home team, but no one's really a home team in London. Maddie, what do you think?
I do think the Jets are going to win. I think Rodgers can take advantage of Minnesota's secondary. The defense has to come to play, though, and they have to play big. I'm going to say 21-17 Jets.
Nice. I'll take that any day. Bobby Midnite. Hey, guys, when you are a channel member, you get every month, you get a free super chat. So for the amount of a cup of coffee, you can join the channel and then still at the end of the month get the super chat, which is pretty much the same price. So Bobby comes in and says that Richard Todd, I assume Richard Tood, he says Tood, but Richard Todd 14 got the membership. Congratulations,
Dude.
Richard Todd. Make sure that you thank Bobby when you get a chance, because that's awesome. These look, see, Rickroll comes in. These ninjas are delusional. We haven't even all give up. What? Hold on.
Apparently, Rick is in Denver and has challenged me to a fight, by the way.
Bobby Salty Nuts comes in and says Bobby thinks the Giants will win. Well, you know what? Let's get through these games and then we'll figure that out. But first, we have another super chat. Hell yeah. Here we go tonight, folks. Jets. Oh, the first lady of the Midnight Mike Show. Valerie coming in with $5 saying, I'm not worried about Zerline. I'm worried about Zerline. We might really need him. I feel the same way, Valerie. I feel the same way. I just don't like how he's been missing. In the preseason, he was missing him, and I wasn't worried. We actually were making jokes about it. Once again, I do so many shows, I don't remember which show it was, but now he's missed 2 pivotal ones, one at the end of the half against New England and the game winner against Denver. That does not bode well for the New York Jets, because she is right. We are going to need him. And then Adirondack Fly Guy comes in gifting a channel membership. Jets. Adirondack Fly Guy coming in and gifting a channel membership. Thank you so much. I'd like to know who got that channel membership, and make sure you thank Adirondack in there. And as a matter of fact, guys, maybe some of you give some memberships. Let's try to get Adirondack one. Adirondack, did you go down, hit the button, and make sure you're accepting gifted channel memberships? Please make sure of that, because we will try to get you a gifted channel membership tonight if we can. That'll be what it is. But all right. Oh wait, am I missing one? It didn't show up on my thing, but there it is. John Radcliffe coming in. Jets. John Radcliffe, man, he's always in here, and he hasn't been around the past couple shows. I know he's been busy, but here he is. He's back, sends in $5, says, hey, Mike, I'm not rubbing it in that the Jets lost. He's, by the way, folks, if you don't know John, he is our in-house pessimistic New York Jets fan. Yeah, I'm not rubbing it in that the Jets lost. I said the O and the D lines being untested was a problem. Vikings win tomorrow, 33-17. Boy, God, I hope you're not fucking right. I can't. If it's close, I'll be able to deal with that a little better. Maddie, You gave your predictions on the Jets and the Vikings. I want Murdog. What do you got?
Yeah.
I got to go into this. I don't know. Anything evenly matched, I'm definitely going to go Jets just because. I know it could be a back and forth game. Is this going to be another weather game? Because I know it rains like every day in the UK. Is it?
From what I heard, and I'll be honest, I haven't checked, but what I heard a day or two ago, that there could be a slight drizzle, but it's going to be nothing like the Denver game.
Okay. Well, I'm banking on Sam Darnold making those mistakes that he made with us, with facing a better defense. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on the errant throws, the mistake, the pick six, the strip sack. I'm looking at more of that, and I'm really interested to see how we attack them as well. If Braylon is running people over, do they just say we're going with Braylon in the big spots out of the backfield? Is Garrett going to be running better routes and be on the same page? Because that's a big thing that we've been going through right now, is him and Aaron just not on the same page. I'm looking to see how they if they corrected that this week and made that a priority. So, but I'm going to go with the Jets. I think it's going to be a close game.
All right, what I got here is, according to the weather, that game should be kicking off at 2:30 London time. I believe that's Greenwich Mean Time. Is that right? GMT. And it says it's cloudy. Now, it is going to rain overnight from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. over there. But by the time the game kicks off, it should have been clear for a couple hours, and it should be okay. So we will see. Let's hope, because I'll tell you what, that's something we just don't need. I'm going to go. You guys both picked the Jets. I got to go with the Jets. But here's the thing. I said it on the Tuesday night show, and I'll say it again here. I think the New York Jets are going to do well in the passing game because the Vikings pass defense is horrible. I think the Jets are going to have a hard time with the running of Minnesota, and the Vikings, a lot of their yardage is going to be on the ground. We will see, though. But I'm thinking somewhere around. Let's see. After last week's game, it's hard to give the Jets 3 scores. But I'm going to give the Jets 3 scores, 24-21 Jets. How about that? Is that fair, guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very clear we're all we're that dog that put his nose in the campfire and are now a little skittish. Because last week we were all, oh yeah, fucking blowout, just why? And that's
there's gonna be no problem, no problem.
We're like, everybody, just move carefully. If you don't move, the Velociraptor can't see you. Like,
That's the T-Rex. That's the T-Rex.
I'm pretty sure it was the Raptors.
Nope, the Raptors can see you. The Raptors are so smart that when the kids went into that one room and they left the key in the door, the Raptors slid a piece of paper underneath, banged on the door. The key fell on the paper. They pulled it out, and then the Raptor opened the door. Oh, wait, no, that was the Critic. Sorry, with John Lovitz. I'm sorry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that?
Seen that. What I was like, I've seen Jurassic Park, and I don't remember being that smart.
No, do you remember the Critic?
Yeah, that John Lovitz cartoon. Yeah.
Okay, so he before Lost World came out, he was reviewing Jurassic Park 2. Okay, now this is before, obviously, and the kids run into this room and close the door, but the skeleton key was left in the door on the outside, or no, on the inside. Right. And they're like, you can't stop a raptor. They're way too smart. And you see a little newspaper slide under the door. The door gets banged on. The key falls on the newspaper. It gets pulled out. And you see the raptor.
I got to see that because it sounds hysterical.
Oh, it's so funny. So funny. Real quick, we're going to rip down the rest of these games. But before we do.
Thank you, John.
Jets. John Radcliffe with another $5. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. You guys are kicking ass tonight. The Jets pass rush needs to step it up versus a decent Denver O-line. They got shut down. The Vikings line is better. Let's hope that was just a bad week. I'm going to agree with you. We definitely got to get more pressure on Sam. If we don't get pressure on Sam, he's been throwing it great this year, and he'll just eat us up.
Again, I think it all comes down to coaching this week. The coaches need to get their shit together like yesterday.
Let's hope so. Let's fucking hope so.
God.
All right. Let's go through these quick, guys. Carolina going to Chicago to play the Bears. Maddie.
Bears.
Murdog.
If Andy Dalton's starting, if it's Bryce Young, it was going to be the Bears. With with Andy Dalton starting, I'm going to go Carolina.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that. I got to play the safe bet on this one. Carolina is still Carolina until they prove us wrong. So Bears are 2-2. Can't shit on that because the Jets are 2-2. So I'm going with the Bears. Then you have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Washington to play the Redskins. Murdog, what do you got?
Redskins what? I'm sorry to hear that.
The Cleveland Browns traveling to play the Redskins. They're in Washington.
Oof. I'm going to go Redskins. I don't have faith in the Browns. They have a better roster, but they find ways to shit the bed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jaden Daniels being hot.
Yeah, Maddie.
I'm gonna take the Browns. Sometimes everything goes right for a team, and the sun shines on a dog's ass. I got the Browns with the weird upset, but if they don't, the world won't end.
I'm gonna have to go with Murdoch and Scott here. Go on Redskins. They just Jaden Daniels and those guys look a lot better than the Browns. The Browns look kind of like a mess, so I got to go with Washington on that one. Here's a divisional one, guys, that we're gonna have fun with because both teams are 1-3, and so after tomorrow, one of these teams will be 1-4. The Miami Dolphins in New England against the Patriots.
I got New England just because they're at home.
Murdoch, what do you got?
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough.
Well, you never thought it would be tough, but the Dolphins over the past couple of weeks are a disaster, like a complete disaster.
It is not good for them.
Who's starting in Miami?
I would assume Snoop Huntley.
Okay.
I would assume, but he didn't look so great last week. So, I mean, do they bring Skyler back? Like, what are they doing here?
Oh man, Miami has too many weapons. New England's benching Ramondre, right? Gibson starting. If I was anybody, I'd be worried about Hunter Henry on New England. I'm gonna go Dolphins.
Guys. We have our Dolphins fan coming in. Oh, hold on. We have our Dolphins fan coming in here and saying New England's gonna win.
That's what I like about our Dolphins fans is they're like us. They're realistic.
I'm gonna go Miami because if Snoop Huntley can be mobile like he was when he was with the Ravens, he could still then utilize the offensive weapons that they have with A-Chain, and Tyreek and Waddle. I'm gonna go Miami, and hopefully after a week that he's get a little more comfortable.
All right. Well, no, by the way, Hyro, Tim Boyle was on. He was actually released, as far as I know. He was finally released. And Bobby Salty Nuts, real quick, let me tell you, you're gonna have to ask Bobby if he'll be singing tonight. I don't know what he'd be singing, but you'd have to ask Bobby. Real quick, let's do this. Let's bring him in because I know he's at his buddy's house. One of our other captains here of the Midnight Mafia. Let's bring him in, Sean Neutron. How you doing tonight?
What's up, guys? What's up, Mike? What's up, Murdoch? What's up, Mike? What's up, Maddie?
What's up, brother?
Hey, I respect it.
You know
you guys want the Jets to win. I want the Vikings to win. It's simple as that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, man. How's it going tonight?
Doing good, man. Having a good night here with the buddies, and figured I'd take a few minutes and get on here because this is a priority show. So
appreciate that. You get any good pulls?
I actually pulled an autographed Jamie Hawkes card tonight on my NBA pack. So
there you go. Nice.
Real nice rookie autograph card. So I'm stoked. I've already won. So
attaboy. For those of you that don't know, Sean is cracking packs with his friends tonight.
And I still haven't gotten to the NFL one that guarantees you 3 autographs, the Luminance pack. So I'm waiting to see what we get there. So that's our creme de la creme.
Well, the Jets ones you have to send to me. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, of course.
Good man.
Yeah, if you get
we'll make some negotiations.
If you get a signed Aaron Rodgers, you send it right over to Matt.
Actually, if you just have any singles, like just regular ass singles, man, if you don't want,
I got you. Yeah, I had a lot of base cards, so I'll take a look through them again.
Wax is so expensive these days. So I work at a sports collectibles place, and it's just like I'm like sitting here going, I just want the regular ass Brees fucking Hall, common that is worth 40 cents out of a fucking $25 pack.
I also pulled a Matthew Slater rookie card or Matthew Slater autograph card for the Patriots. So
not bad.
I have a
Been
question.
a good night. I can't complain.
Good on you.
Sean, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Hold
What's
on,
up?
folks, real quick. Hold on, wait. Before you ask the question, hold on. I just want to say we got a lot of you in here tonight. I really appreciate that. I'm loving all the super chats, gifted channel memberships. Join the channel, but guys, thumbs up is the most important thing. More people see that we are live. Hit those thumbs up if you're coming in or heading out, whatever you're doing. And then we're gonna get to Sean's prediction of the game. But first, Murdog has a question for you.
Well, it was actually two questions. First, as a Minnesota fan, are they worried about Darnold facing his old team? About any? How's your side of the fence looking at this game?
I don't think they're worried about the old team as much because it's kind of changed so much since he's been gone. But I mean, obviously, we take your defense 100% seriously. We're not overlooking you guys. People are saying, "Oh, the Jets were down last week and the Vikings are up." So, let's just say the Vikings are going to win. Like, I'm not looking at it that way at all. We take you guys very seriously because you can't. Every game at this point can be a trap game. So I mean, at any point, Rodgers can put together Wilson. Brees Hall or, Braylon can have a great fucking game. So, the biggest thing, like you guys talked about last week, is stopping that run game. That run game is very dangerous. What's up?
Okay.
Or Alan Lazard.
Oh, I forgot about
He's going to
Lazard.
go off tomorrow.
Hey, Maddie,
what was the second question?
Well, Maddie, he's going to put that in a frame and just have it displayed in his home for eternity, right?
I want him to be right because he said he'd buy us both Alan Lazard jerseys.
Yes.
But
but hold on.
Ever since the Lazard thing happened, and he's been proven him right.
For that to happen, Maddie, we agreed he's got to get 8 or more touchdowns on the season. He has 3, and he has to go over 600 yards. Yeah. I predicted 5 to 6. We have to say 600 or over.
Right.
Part 2 was.
But then in that case, I'll be thrilled. So I'll have no problem.
All I can think of is Johnny Depp from fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, where she fucking burns the rum in the shit.
First of all, Murdoch, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a bunch of shit. I like Hefeweizens. When I was in the military, I was stationed in Germany. And stationed in Germany, I fell in love. I tried to try everything across the fucking gamut, right? I fell in love with a beer called Franziskaner. It's a Weiss beer, which just translates like a wheat beer. And it's got the monk. I got so many different ones here. So today I went shopping. And I just started buying a few of all different things to try them. But it's a Franziskaner. This is what a can looks like, the monk. But
I've had that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, but this is like a different version. It's Naturube. There's so many versions of beer here with monks as the logo. And I'm like, the monks are alcoholics down here. All right. But that's what I'm focusing on is that. And the second question is, we got a hold of a water bottle, which apparently was confiscated from a Diddy party. What do you think of the shape of this? This is a water bottle, and I just think it's like you get this water bottle and you're ready to go. Right? It's like it's implied.
That's John Cohn. That is personal model.
Right? You get here, you just get the initial blast of like what the fuck, and then you get a little bit of a break right here, and now it's like once you get here, there's no turning back. We're fucking.
That's called the intermission right there.
From here to here, you're in it to win it. And, and you can never go back. You can never go back.
Going for the gold.
Yeah, it's a wrap. This is like a fucking appetizer, and then, but this is a water bottle.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of shit here. That's
part of my.
All right, now hold on. Now I got to ask Sean this question. Sean, here we go. We all picked the Jets to win this game. We definitely picked it. We were definitely a little less confident than we would have been a couple weeks ago. But we all have the Jets just edging this one out. What is your prediction for the game and your score prediction for tomorrow morning?
Say 27-17 Minnesota.
No, opposite.
Sorry.
I think you guys are always a threat. Don't get me wrong, but if I want to look at the numbers right now and just the way things are trending, our defense has been playing really well. Our offense, Darnold is not just. I thought, okay, he'll be a game manager, but obviously he's been more than a game manager recently. So, anytime you have the number one receiver in the NFL, mixed with just a very balanced attack, I think a 27-17 is a fair score.
I mean, I'm not. Look, as long as the Jets don't get blown out like we did in San Francisco, I won't be happy. I'll be pissed off. But at least don't get embarrassed. Leave the game with some respect. That's all I'm looking for. I mean, if we're going to lose, now obviously I want the win, and I think the Jets. If the Jets are firing on all cylinders, they win this game. But that's a hard ask for a team that couldn't put up more than 9 points against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
I think to win this game, the Rodgers really needs to find that chemistry with Wilson, and it's been missing for a large portion of the season. So,
no, I agree with that. Sean, how much time do you have? Do you have to get back to your buddies?
Got a few more minutes.
All right, then we're going to keep going down this week 5 list. We just did Miami and New England. Let's move on to Indianapolis going in and playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sean, start us off. Who do you think wins?
Got to go to Indianapolis. I mean, as long as they've struggled for sure, but and Jacksonville does have weapons. It's just I don't think the coaching for some reason is connecting there. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is still where he should be at this stage in his career. Even if it's on the road for Indianapolis, I just feel I'm just not sold on the Jaguars. There's nothing that makes me think that they're going to win any game at any point.
All right, Murdoch, what do you got?
I think is Richardson out? Not that it matters.
I saw he was questionable. I didn't. Fully
I know Jonathan Taylor's out.
Okay.
Yeah, Taylor's out. I don't believe in Jacksonville this year.
Nope.
So even with Flacco, I'm probably going to go Indy. But I did want to point out the lovely Neek wrote in chat, and she was reading my mind a couple minutes ago. What'd she write? She mentioned something about she was talking to Kim, and she said they're out of control with penalties. Now thinking about like football and then optics being a game in London, I think the penalty flags are going to stay in the refs' pockets for the most part. I don't think they're going to be, because that was a big thing with us, right? I think I don't think the NFL wants penalty on display overseas.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be I think a lot of things are going to go, just less penalties. I think they're going to keep the nonsense to a minimum for an overseas game. So that's going to play huge for us because that's killing us. The penalties are killing us.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, on the international stage, they want to bring in these fans. And
right.
So if they're throwing flags all the time, these people are going to be like, F this shit, whatever it is.
Quick way to turn them off is just stop the game.
They don't want to see that.
Yeah,
these are people who are used to these are people who are used to soccer, which is literal constant motion. Now, granted, people are taking dives and looking like wimps, when they didn't even get touched or rolling around grabbing their legs. But it is constant motion. It is constant whatever, and they wouldn't be used to the constant stoppage of time and all that. But so you're going in the Indy Jacksonville game? Are you going? Okay,
until Jacksonville shows me that they might have a better roster, maybe, or maybe it's kind of even. I'm going Indy. Jacksonville is not what they were supposed to be this year. So until they show me otherwise, I'm gonna against a decent to good team. I'm gonna go against them all year.
I agree. I mean,
own 4, and you paid your quarterback what, $280 million
for what? He's mid. He's not.
Exactly.
Throw his draft status out the window, and what has he done on the field since he's been here?
Gardner Minshew stats at best. And I think even Gardner Minshew has him edged a little bit.
Of production, right? Yeah, I agree.
Guys, I'm gonna be the odd man out here. Every team, just like the Vikings aren't going 14 or 17-0, the Jaguars are not going 0-17. Here's their chance. Indy has guys hurt. It's in Jacksonville. They can't embarrass themselves in front of their home fans going 0-5. Let's do it, Jacksonville. Let's get the win. That's
they will embarrass themselves.
No, they most likely will.
Just thinking, I was like, you just wait.
Here's a big one.
They can't. You
ready for this? If the Jets win tomorrow, this game decides if we are in first place. Buffalo Bills headed to Houston to take on the Texans. Sean, who do you got?
Bills, Texans. I mean, the Texans have been a little more inconsistent than I thought at times. Obviously, they have the weapons there. Nico Collins is balling out. I don't think Mixon's going to be playing. So he's a huge part, and he's honestly a huge reason why the Bengals struggled without him. So I think that's a huge difference. I got to give it to the Bills. I think they're going to bounce back from their whatever the hell that was last week. That was just absolutely awful. But they are missing Shakur, and he's one of their better receivers. Might be their best receiver. I think, like a lot of teams right now, they're waiting to see where Devontae Adams goes, and I don't think the money's there for him there. But that could have been at the right price. That could have been a great option for him because Josh Allen desperately needs a number one receiver there. So, but I'll still go with Bills.
All right, Murdoch, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Texans home game.
Wait. According to what I have, the Yankees just won 6-5 against the Kansas City Royals.
Did Soto hit a home run? I had him on my parlay for home run. Did he hit a home run?
No.
It was some who hit the home run? Was
Glaber hit a homer.
Damn it.
Torres, yeah. Like a good Glaber, State Farm is there. All right.
I love it.
Well, that's not me. That's John Sterling.
Nice.
Where are we at? Buffalo, Houston. Who you take, Sean? You're taking
Buffalo.
Your Murdoch, you said.
I'm going Houston. Without Mixon, I'm not a big fan of Cam Akers. I think that's going to force them to use their three really good receivers with Diggs, Nico Collins at the forefront, and Tank Dell. And they have Dalton.
Dell is due for a big game. I mean, he's had a pretty lackluster season so far.
Without Mixon, it's going to force the game plan to focus on the four offensive pass catchers that they have. And I think they're just going to put points up and overwhelm a shorthanded Buffalo. And it's at home. So,
Maddie, who you got?
Beer in honor of the Yankees winning.
Nice.
This one's like kind of a toss-up for me, but I'm going with Buffalo. I think they're going to play well on the road. I think playing on the road for Buffalo sometimes helps them because they're not trying to play to the crowd. They just go in there and focus and get out. But it'll be close. But I'm going to go with Buffalo, but I hope that Houston wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the team I hope wins. Got to go with Houston on this one. They're at home. And it would be really nice to have the Bills on a 2-game losing streak, especially if the Jets win tomorrow morning. This game means that much more to the Jets. It would put us in first place by conference record. So let's hope that happens. Moving along, we got Baltimore headed to Cincinnati. Sean?
It's going to be a great matchup. I mean, Baltimore's coming off a really good win, and Cincinnati's starting to look stronger. I'm gonna have to give this one to Baltimore. I think Derrick Henry is just absolutely on still in his prime. And Lamar, as he sees this happening, he's only get more confident. They still haven't found a way to get Mark Andrews involved. I think he's gonna find a way to get him more involved. And I have heard there are rumors. I think Devontae Adams posted a story the other day with Edgar Allan Poe in the story, so it's kind of hinting. So there's nothing confirmed at all. But I just think Baltimore's riding on a high. I think they're gonna take care of business.
All right, Maddie, who you got?
Baltimore. Bengals are dead to me until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, they're not looking too good. They don't instill too much confidence.
I'm not picking them again until I see a decent game out of them.
Murdoch, who you got?
Yeah, I'm not going against the Ravens after dismantling Buffalo. Cincinnati's been shit the whole year, except it looked like they started to get Chase more involved. But I don't think it's going to matter. No, that's another divisional game. So you never know, but just on the side, I gotta go with Ravens all day. I have to.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna go around and agree. I'm gonna actually pick Baltimore also. They're just the tougher team, and with Lamar Jackson is always looking better than Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow this season just ain't looking hot. No. Guys, we got our enemy last week at home. Denver is welcoming the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's start with Murdoch.
I'm going. Where is it?
It's in Denver.
Yeah, all right. I'm still going Raiders. I don't believe in the Denver team. I know that obviously we saw their defense is a lot better than we thought it was going to be. But their offense, when you go into a game with that offense, you're a liability. The defense has to show up for them to even be in the game, in my opinion. And I don't know if they can do it all season long. So I'm going to go Raiders.
All right,
Wait.
Sean, who you got?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you
going to go
meant
Raiders
Denver?
as well. I think, like he mentioned, the offense is struggling for Denver, and I think Bo Nix hasn't really shown he can get the ball down the field. He does a lot of short passes. I think at some point Zamir White has to just show up. I think he's got to be a factor for once, and he's been really disappointing so far. So I feel like at some point he's going to have a game where he makes a statement. And I guess is Devontae playing? Is he?
I mean, I guess he kind of has to play. He's still on the team, right?
I'm assuming, yeah, because it's not like they just sit him out just because he's on the trade block. So I mean, have to give it to Las Vegas.
Maddie.
I'm picking Denver. I think that they've kind of figured out how to play a weird, stifling game. They're going to be at home, and the Raiders are kind of with the Devontae Adams and all the drama. The Raiders are showing they're kind of an emotional team, and when weird shit happens, it affects them, and it always has. I see Denver winning it just because A, it's at home, and B, the Raiders are just all wound about the Adams issues. But again, it'll be a 2-3 point game. It's not going to be another high school. It'll be like last week's game, I think.
Ugly game, right, man?
Very ugly.
Yeah. The way I see it is if Denver's good enough to beat the Jets, they're good enough to beat the Raiders. So I have Denver winning this game at home. I think they can handle it. They have a decent defense. And pretty much a lot of the reasons that Maddie was saying, it's Denver might have figured something out. And I'm not saying that they're a playoff team, but I'm saying they'll be able to beat a team like the Raiders. I don't see them beating.
They can beat
9 out of 10 times. I don't see them beating the Jets. Okay, but they ain't beating the Ravens. They ain't beating the Chiefs. They ain't beating the Bills. So, it is what it is. All right, let's go over to the NFC. The Arizona Cardinals traveling to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Let's start with Maddie.
I say Niners, but I want the Cardinals to win. Niners are banged up, but I mean, you can't. I mean, if I pick the Cardinals to win this game, I'm just doing it to fucking stir shit up.
I get you.
But I'd like them to win.
Sean, who you got?
Yeah, I agree. I think with the Cardinals, you have to hope just from a big game from Marvin Harrison Jr. Connor's good, but I mean, it just depends if they get in the red zone because he doesn't really break off two big runs that often. The Niners, even without maybe possibly Kittle, might not be playing. And other players are banged up as well. Obviously McCaffrey, but even then, Purdy showed last week that he can do a lot of good stuff with missing pieces. So I definitely got to go Niners in this one.
Real quick, to 411 on New York Sports. It's Uncle VR, man. Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome talking to you. And then it was also awesome talking to you. I believe you popped on the Jets stream with me during the Denver game there with Murdoch. And great to talk to you guys. Jets Worldwide. If you watch the show 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, they're taking tomorrow off because the Jets game will be on at that time, but they're going to be back next week with the 100% 4%, meaning 100% of their guests are going to be the 4% women who watch Jets content. So that is going to be a very interesting show, to say the least. But yes, that's all on Jets Worldwide. Wide. Check it out. Who didn't answer? Murdoch. Who do you got? San Francisco or Arizona?
I don't see a world where San Francisco loses this game. To them, this is a trap game for San Francisco, being a divisional opponent. But I see San Francisco getting out early, and then here comes the Arizona offense in the second half, getting like almost a garbage time stats. But I can't. I got to go San Francisco all day.
I'm the same way. I kind of got to go San Francisco. Once again, it's kind of hard to put those two logos and those two logos next to each other and not immediately go San Francisco's going to win this game. So. It is what it is. I do hope. I like the Cardinals uniform. I'm a big uniform guy, and I like the Cardinals uniforms. I like that they made the red and the bird, that chrome metallic. And I hope for good things in the future for them, but it's just not this year. Here we go. The New York Giants traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. I'll go first, guys. This is going to shock everybody. Big Blue, New York Giants going up, shocking the world. They're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. Sean Neutron, what you got?
That would help anyone's parlay for sure. But I got to go Seattle at home. They're a solid team. I think DK is not 100%, and I think Kenneth Walker, there's a chance he might be out. It's kind of frustrating with Kenneth Walker. Anytime you have him finish football, he's great, and all of a sudden he's gone for 3 weeks. And he's great, and he's gone for 3 weeks. He never has long-term injuries, but enough to just be nagging. So even so, they've got the weapons, and at home with that home crowd, the Giants are just not built like that. So yeah, I got to go Seattle.
Murdoch?
I think the Giants have a hard time scoring in practice, and I don't see them beating Seattle.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Seattle
Maddie, what
all
you
day.
got?
Seattle. I just like I say, I've been wrong before, but I just don't see it.
Now, unfortunately, the salty nuts of Bobby agree with me on this one. So I am very proud.
Not good
of
for the
that.
sodium. Not good for the sodium.
Okay, what do we got here? We got 3 games left. Let's rip through this because we're well past our time for me and Maddie's intermission report. Green Bay and the Green Bay goes to LA to take on the Rams. I'm going to go ahead and say Green Bay bounces back. They almost pulled that one off against the Vikings at Lambeau, but I just don't think the Rams have it right now. So I'm going to go Green Bay in LA beating the Rams. Maddie, who you got?
Same thing. I mean, Green Bay looked good that game. They lost, but they look good, and they're going to get better. And the Rams are a great team to just tee off on.
Murdoch?
I know. I think Watson's out, Dobbs is out, but that Jaden Reed's going to have a big game. Dontrevion Wicks is going to have a big game. I want to go Green Bay.
All right, Sean.
Now it's my turn to be the odd man out. I'm just gonna obviously fuck Green Bay, but this is an upset pick. But I got the Rams. I think Kyron Williams, he's been looking good all season. And like you mentioned, the Packers not 100%, so there are some vulnerabilities there. So I'm just gonna go Rams and say they're gonna win.
Sean, real quick before we get to the next game, I want to point out that one of our other pessimist Jets fans in the chat is with you, man. He says a banged up Rodgers and an inept front four. I like Minnie. He likes Minnesota.
Hey,
so it is what it is. Look, there are some Jets fans who are realists. Unfortunately, they're in the comments and not on the show. Guys, 2 games left. This is the Sunday night game, which I believe that when they booked this, they thought it was going to be a lot hotter of a game than it probably will turn out to be. Dallas going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Maddie, who you got?
I had Dallas.
Really?
Yeah, I got a weird feeling about Dallas. I think part of it is I work with too many Cowboys fans that talk them up, and they've kind of just sold me on it. But I'll take Dallas on the road. Why not? I got to have that one hot take.
Sean, who you got?
Go Pittsburgh at home with that defense, and Justin Fields has been, put it together at times. So I'm gonna go Pittsburgh over. And I think that the defense for the Cowboys has not looked like it should at times. So I see Steelers offense being able to take advantage of that more often than the Cowboys offense will take advantage of the Steelers defense.
Murdoch?
I don't see Dallas having letdown games against bum teams or bad teams. I think they have letdown games against good teams. They keep Justin Fields in the pocket. I don't think he's more of a downfield threat, so I'm going Dallas. He's not a pocket user.
YouTube user within the next 5 minutes. Within the next 5 minutes, we got Mike and Maddie's top 5 coming in the intermission report. Guys, I gotta go Pittsburgh. I mean, let's be honest. Dallas has been nothing but a letdown this season, whereas Pittsburgh is totally surprised. But the difference between Pittsburgh surprising everybody and Minnesota surprising everybody is that Pittsburgh is used to winning. Pittsburgh is used to being the top in that division. Pittsburgh is used to making playoff runs. Pittsburgh is used to being there. Mike Tomlin is used to being there. Pittsburgh wins this game at home. And then we got our Monday night game. Of course, you can't not have them in a game of the week where the entire nation is watching. It is the Kansas City referees at home welcoming in the New Orleans Saints. Let's start with Sean.
I mean, who's counting out the Saints right now? I mean, there's only two undefeated teams in the league right now. One is Minnesota and one's Kansas City. And While the Saints aren't any rollover this year at all, they have kind of cooled off the last few weeks. So I'm going to go Kansas City on the road.
Nice, Murdog.
The Chiefs are obviously the easier pick, right? With the Kansas City refs, I agree wholeheartedly with that. You know what? I'm going with the Saints. I think they have better offensive weapons, and I think this is the type of game where the NFL is like, you know what? We can't give them everything. Let the Saints get this one just to like throw people off because they have been playing better than as they were supposed to. Fuck it, I'm going New Orleans just because.
I will say this, Murdog, you are right in the sense that they'll never let Kansas City lose to one of their divisional opponents or conference opponents. Right. But the refs might say, "Hey, this is the NFC. It doesn't matter if they lose, you know." But I'm going with the Kansas City referees. Maddie, who you going with?
Same KC. I don't see them losing this game.
No. And if worse comes to worse, they'll have Taylor Swift out of the backfield catching balls, running for 80 yards. Yeah,
give her hospital ball. Like they're not even like fun to discuss.
No,
you're just like, yeah, the refs will probably help them, and like I'll have the game on Monday night, but I won't be like sitting in front of it watching it. I'll be.
I don't know if I'll even have it on. It's almost like I know the outcome. You know, it's like watching a team you hate. Like you see like a game on YouTube of the New England Patriots with Tom Brady taking on whoever, and you know the Patriots win the game, and then sitting there and watching the whole game.
Yeah, I agree. It's
not going to do it.
Fun. I'm not entertained. Comes back to that.
All right, we got to get to this intermission report. So the captains have to take their leave for a little while. You're more than welcome to wait in the back and come back. We'll see what happens. But first, Sean, let everybody know where they can find you on X, and we will hopefully see you Tuesday night.
Definitely. They find me at Sean Neutron, and Tuesday you'll find me on here, and I'll be talking about how the Vikings won.
Thank you, Sean.
I'd like to help you get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Later,
have a good night. Murdog, hang out in the back, come back later, whatever you want to do. But until then, you'll get a plug anyway. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm up drinking, so I'll just hang out. Yeah, the Jetstream. That's the YouTube channel. I have it down here in the. I can't even.
There it is.
Right there. You can find me. Subs matter. Usually I try to do watch parties. I'll be at my girlfriend's sister's house watching the game. That's the only place we could actually watch it. If I can, I'll try to do my live watch party from her living room and watch the game. I'll try tomorrow, so definitely check that out to see if I'm going live and help support me. It all helps. Yeah.
Awesome. Murdog, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you in a little bit.
Yes, brother.
All right, Maddie, it is that time of the show.
Yes.
We're actually well over the halfway mark, but I'll stay a little late with you folks because when we get back from this intermission report, you guys can call into the show and tell us what you think about these games, want to talk the Mets, you want to talk the Yankees, anything you want to talk about, please feel free to call in. But what we need you to do right now is go down in the comments and put in just some generic top fives. Even last week, Joe O
put in our pocket for this.
Well, Joe O last week had suggested top 5 Chinese foods that you would order from a Chinese restaurant. And then there was another one, and I'm not remembering. But we did have 2 last week. But if you put it in, guys, give us generic top 5s. We've done top 5 football uniforms. We've done top 5. It has to be something everyone can easily put together a quick list and talk about it in the comments, and me and Maddie can come up with it. It is time now, folks, for Mike and Maddie's intermission report. We'll be there.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
All right, hold on. I gotta get my paper here. All right, let's go over. What'd you say?
Another super chat from our boy John.
Oh, fucking yeah. Are you kidding me, man? Guys, you are rocking it tonight. John, you are a star. Thank you so much. He comes in and gets the Jets chant. Hold on. I'm on a different board. There we go. Jets, Jets, Jets. Coming in with 5 big ones. John, have you went down and clicked the accept gifted memberships? Because a lot of people like to gift them, and there's a few other people in here. I'm shocked. It usually goes by your interaction with the show, and you interact all the time. You're always here. I'm shocked you haven't gotten one yet. Let's try to give some channel memberships and get John a channel membership. With Alabama going down to an unranked team, top upsets in all sports. Ooh, that's
Crazy.
Interesting.
I got a guy at work who bet a shitload of underdogs today. I'm wondering if he's going to be at work tomorrow.
I have a hard time. See, that's my problem, though. I have a hard time coming up with them off the top of my head. Scott Black, I think, brought this one up last week. Top 5. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Because John donated the 5, we are going to do that next week so that I can actually have a little bit more time to prepare.
Yeah,
so I'm going to put top 5 upsets in any sport. And you know what? We might be able to add the 2024 New York Mets to this list.
We'll see.
Okay, so that's going to be that. And then we'll try to go through some of these easy ones. Scott, I'm sorry, I'm not really a car guy.
Yeah,
this
is what I
wouldn't. But Scott Black, I believe,
pointed out, I'm far too gay to know cars.
I believe Scott suggested this one last week. Top 5 QBs of all time. I kind of like that one. Kind of like that one. Let's keep going through.
Rated movies up higher.
Top 5 what?
Overrated movies. I really like that one.
I know a number 1. Top 5 Bobby Nuts nicknames. Well, what about Bob? You're leaving out Bobby's missing soap, and you're leaving out, Bobby's chin pubes or whatever else they have. Yeah. Top 5 fake Jets fans. Well, me and Maddie, number 1 and number 2.
1 and 2. I mean, we're tied for 1, really.
Yeah. But I like top 5 quarterbacks. Oh, top 5 college helmets. That's a good one. But I think a top 5 quarterbacks is something everybody can get into right away. And that's from our Dolphins fan. I don't think we've done any from one of our enemy fans here. So let's do top 5 quarterbacks of all time, in your opinion. Does it have to be like, we don't have to go like exactly statistically.
No, it's your top 5.
It's your top 5, and it's your opinion, and it's your eye test. It's so like I've been watching football for 40 years. So has Maddie. So has a lot of guys in the chat. So let's just go with the eye test. Who are the top 5 QBs of all time? I'm going to start writing them down, guys. Start putting them in the chat there. Hold on 1 second. I think, you know what, to be honest, I think a lot of these lists are going to be very similar. Let's see. I'm going to go through the chat here and just see if anybody has any in here. Scott Black. Okay. That's a fair one. I don't want to put it up yet because I don't want to, mess with anybody. I don't want to mess with anybody's lists here. I have mine, Maddie, just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
All right, here we go. By the way, let me just throw up Scott's here. Brady Manning, Montana, Elway Marino. And you have Jay Reeves, channel member. Jay, by the way, we will get you on the scroll. I have 100% fucked up on that. I need to get that updated. And I actually think we're missing a bunch of people because we've gotten a lot of channel memberships in here. And I want to make sure you get on that list. So by Tuesday night show, you will be there. Brady, Mahomes, Montana, Peyton, Elway. And I'm assuming Satan, it would be Tom Brady, Montana, Marino. All right, Maddie, who do you have? Oh, wait, real quick. No, you know what? I'm not going to put his up. He can come in. and he can talk about it because I know he's going to call in. Valerie, Marino, Namath, Star, Brady, Unitas. Ooh, I like Unitas. Bart Star, yeah. Unitas. That's a good call right there. That is a good call. And if you're going by like their performance in like 2 seasons of their career, Namath is there. You know, he could easily be there. He had some spectacular, like 1 or 2 spectacular seasons with the New York Jets. All right, here we go. Maddie, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Kansas City Chief Steve DeBerg.
Wow. I don't think anybody expected that when you said Kansas City Chief.
I used to really like to watch them when I was younger. And DeBerg was that guy who was always overshadowed in the Elway era in the AFC West. And I was always like, man, DeBerg is a good QB and he gets no credit. So for whatever reason, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for DeBerg. And so he made the list at number 5.
My number 5 is current Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. I'll be honest. I've watched him. I would have put him in a top 10 easily before he came to the Jets. I probably would have put him in a top 7, maybe even a top 5. But watching him and just at 40 years old, slinging that ball so accurately after coming and scrambling in and out of the pocket, throwing across the field. Some of the things this guy does, it's just, you just don't see this from quarterbacks anymore. He's just a different level quarterback. And he's one of the, when you look at this old school quarterbacks, and you could go as far back as Unitas and Bart Starr and Namath, and you could come as recent as the Peytons and the Tom Bradys and the Rodgers. Those quarterbacks are different than these new quarterbacks, than these Lamars, these Mahomes. Like, they're so worried about running the ball around and doing these little tricky doos. These guys are guys who just were fucking quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers is my number 5. Maddie, who do you have at number 4?
Number 4, Dan Marino. You know, you can't argue with it. The guy was, I mean, I hated watching him play as a kid growing up. I mean, I didn't hate him, but like watching him play, you were like, man, I would kill to have this guy wearing my team's uniform. Just so.
And we could have.
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
That comes up frequently, and it pisses me off every time.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it either. But my number 4 is Dan Marino. So
there you go.
He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, no doubt. And I've watched him play a bunch of times. I was at the fake Spike game, and I will tell you right now, that guy just found ways. If he was down, he found ways to come back, and he was a great quarterback, like outstanding. Maddie, who do you have at number 3?
Number 3, John Elway. So many come from behind wins in the 80s and 90s. I mean, the man could just play football. Even when they were in the Broncos suck and always the only thing going for him, he still made games fun to watch. And guy deserves all the credit in the world.
What I will say is, Alan says Elway was so effing good, went out on top with back-to-back bowls. Here's why he's not on my list. Elway never won the big one till the last 2 years of his career. If he was that good, he would have won one earlier in his career at his prime. In those last 2 Super Bowls, it seemed like the refs who are right now sporting Kansas City red were sporting orange and blue Denver. So it just, for me, it seemed like that was a script. And we all know that there is some scripting in the NFL. It's impossible to ignore. And yeah, that's where I am. Not that he's not a great quarterback. He is a great quarterback. But I just don't put. I can't put him on my list. Who do you have? Did you give your 3? Oh, your 3 was Elway. My number 3 is one that I know is not on Maddie's list. Peyton Manning. Peyton won with 2 separate teams. I think that's more impressive than winning 3 or 4 with one team. And look, you can't deny his skill, his ability, and Peyton was one of the best. So he's my number 3. Who do you got at number 2, Maddie?
As loath as I am to say it, you got to give it to Tom Brady. Guy was amazing.
Wow, number 2. Guy has like a Super Bowl ring for every finger and every toe.
Well, you know, I have my reasons for my number 1, but I mean, you know, you have to give respect where respect is due, and you know, if I can, you know, I mean, obviously, I'm not so biased. I have a Dolphin and a Patriot on here, so fair enough.
My number 2 is Joe Montana. God, was he awesome to watch as a kid. Like, I watched him and I just, man, it was like watching a god play the game. Like he with him and Jerry Rice, just my God. I mean, of course, he had many other weapons and a lot of other help on that team, but I mean, it took a lot for me to not have Joe Montana as my number one quarterback of all time. I mean, and I'm not talking about tonight. I'm talking about like people would say, "Oh, Brady's the GOAT. Brady's the GOAT," and I'd be like, "No, Montana is." I remember watching Montana is the GOAT. But then Brady won so many Super Bowls and then even went to the Bucs and won one. God damn it. It's hard to deny that. So, Montana's my number 2. Who's your number 1?
My number 1 was Joe Namath. I'm a Jets fan, but I think what people forget is how important Joe Namath was to the game.
Yes.
And by that, I mean not the game on the field, but had the Jets not drafted and signed Joe Namath. Remember, everybody was signing with the NFL, not the AFL.
Yep.
They signed Joe Namath. Not only did they sign Joe Namath, then they go out and beat the ultimate favorite Colts. And Joe Namath calls it and essentially saves the AFL. And I think a lot of people in the AFC who root for AFC teams need to realize things could be a lot different if that didn't happen. And so a
lot of these teams that we all talk about wouldn't even be here. Every AFC team, every AFL team, and subsequently every AFC team should do nothing but kiss Joe Namath's feet.
Yeah, because without him, honestly, I mean, eventually slower teams would have trickled into the league, but the AFL was very close to folding. And Joe Namath basically was the lifeline that kept that whole league afloat and got national attention to them, because the NFL owners were desperately trying to freeze that league out and ignore them. And so to me, Joe Namath, I mean, again, I'm a Jets fan, but the league would look a whole lot different without Joe Namath winning Super Bowl 3.
Yeah, I completely agree. His impact on the sport cannot be matched.
Nope.
Like, cannot be. Greg, I love your list. Tim Boyle, Zach Wilson, Ryan Leaf. Hell yeah. Those are definitely in my probably top 5.
Top 10 for me, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And maybe
just went 6 through 10 right there for me.
Exactly. There you go. What about God damn it, the fucking ass on the Raiders, Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, throw him in there. Okay, my number 1, guys. It's just, look, I think Maddie is right when it comes to, and I said it, impact on the sport. Joe Namath is, but when it comes to quarterback play, quarterback skill, there's only one. He's the GOAT. His name is Tom Brady, and I hate admitting that, but it is what it is. Tom Brady is my number 1. Maddie, you have anything else that you've seen in the chat that I'm trying to look in the chat? Guys,
I will say Ryan Leaf is actually a really nice guy. I've talked to him a little bit on Twitter, and he's a really cool guy. He was super cool when I would talk to him on Twitter.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This was the intermission report. And of course, this was
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
And we appreciate you guys coming in. I can't wait to go back to this chat tomorrow or whenever and see what all you guys said about this. I think this was a great one. So thank you to who was it? Scott Black, who came in here, or one of our resident, one of our resident Dolphins fans coming in here. And I think it's great. And hey, and Scott, both me and Maddie and a lot of these Jets fans had your boy Dan Marino on our top 5. How do you feel about that? Are we being honest? I think you could say that we're honest Jets fans.
Yeah.
You can never say that we're not honest.
But Scott's also an honest Dolphins fan, and I think that's kind of why he resonates with us. There's not a lot of let's be homers and blow smoke up our own asses from either us or his crew, him and YouTube user. And I think that's why we have so much fun bullshitting with each other.
Absolutely. All right, let's pop out of this intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
Maddie, I just noticed something. I always try to stream to my personal Facebook page for my friends and family.
Right.
I stream to our YouTube channel, of course, Midnight Mike Show. Got to
Right.
stream there. And then I go to Twitter as the other one. I'm not streaming on Twitter tonight. I hit the wrong what do you call it? Destination.
Oh, really?
And I'm streaming to my super old Twitch channel, which is also, by the way, at Midnight Mike Show.
Back, baby. I told you.
Guys, hey, look, I want to try to be able to get this show on Rumble, just in case anything ever happens on YouTube. But I can't start streaming on Rumble till you guys go over and give my channel a follow. You need a certain amount of followers in order to go live on Rumble, and I believe it's only like 5 or 10. So it's at Midnight Mike Show. Everything for me is at Midnight Mike Show. MIDNITE Mike Show. I'm talking Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Gmail, Midnight Mike Show at gmail.com, Letterboxd, movie reviews. Check it out. Midnight Mike Show. But guys, go over to Rumble, give me a few follows, and I'll check that soon and see if we could start streaming to Rumble. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over into the comments section, Maddie. It is about that time to hear from the masses.
Yep.
And here we go. Scott, do you really not know what Rumble is? Rumble is like the anti-YouTube. You could say and do whatever you want. And it's basically where people go. It's basically where you go when you get kicked off of YouTube. There we go.
I thought that was Odyssey.
Odyssey?
Yeah.
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's another like YouTube variant.
All right, it is in the chat, folks. The link is in the chat. Please feel free to call in. And of course, we got people popping in almost immediately. I really appreciate it, but let's bring him on, the legend himself, Bobby Midnight. How you doing,
Hey,
Bobby?
Bobby.
Guys, guess what? I had a 4-hour stream, right? Today. And guess what happened today?
I believe it.
The guy, Rob V, you ever hear Rob V in my, like Jake's show, Rob V? He's from New Jersey.
Rob V?
Yeah. Do you know him at all?
I don't know. Is that the name he goes by? Because I watch Jake's show all the time.
Yeah, he's in there a lot. He came to my show, right? So he was heading to his parents' house in Queens Village, right? So he stopped where I used to live in Glen Oaks. And he went to my old door where I live, 73-13 260th Street. But nobody answered. But I said, go to next door. Chris should be there. So he met Chris. Chris was on my show today. You believe that?
Okay, I didn't get to see her. So I believe it.
I know, but it was
Chris.
awesome.
So that'd be like me saying, "Hey, Bobby, I recorded a show on Tuesday night." Well, that's like me saying I recorded a show on Tuesday night, and Brian was. Can you believe that?
I know, but I didn't see him for a very long time. That's why. I just thought it was cool. Cool. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm so happy.
It's cool when you get old friends come.
Bobby Salty Nuts. With you, I wish they bounce your ass out of here. That's all I have to say. So guess what? Alabama got upset today. Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
We saw that. We saw that.
I was happy.
I'm actually, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to check the highlights to that game because I would like to see that.
Hey, YouTube user, I don't drink. I haven't drank in 18 years, so you pipe down, okay?
It's all right. I do it.
I want to kiss you.
And then who else? The Yankees won. The Mets won.
Yes, they did. Mets
Yes.
won. Yankees won. Hey, look, maybe it's a good thing here in New York. We got the Yankees winning, the Mets winning, and now the Jets winning tomorrow morning, right?
Yes, the Jets. I'm going to have a play-by-play on that tomorrow on my channel. So, yeah, the Jets going to win.
You're going live? You're going live during that? All right.
Yeah,
cool,
everybody asked me if
I haven't talked.
YouTube.
Bobby, I haven't talked to your baby nuts yet.
Oh, don't listen to that. I'm trying to be good today, so shut up, YouTube user. Okay, leave me alone. All right, so the top 5 quarterbacks, she said.
No, people are getting wise. People are getting wise, Bobby. Yeah, who are your top 5 quarterbacks of all time?
Okay, first
You're reading the chat.
First, it is Joe Namath. Fifth is Joe Namath.
All right.
Fourth is Joe Montana.
Okay.
Dan Marino's third.
Okay.
Let's see who else is. Oh, I like Drew Brees second. Then Phil Simms first.
Okay, that's a name that. Oh, hey, look,
It's a fun list.
I was gonna get mad at you if you didn't have any of your Giants on there.
Yeah. Oh, I think the Giants are going to lose tomorrow.
You do? There's somebody in there was saying that you said the Giants were going to win.
They're going to lose. They suck. They lose. They suck. They lost last week. They can't even beat.
Yeah, no. I think the Giants. I'm rooting for the Giants to shock the world tomorrow. Go up to Seattle. Look, you have your supporters too. Look at that. Infrared.
I like Infrared. He's awesome, isn't he? Thank you, Infrared.
Yeah, he's awesome.
No, I don't live in it today. I didn't have it on until today. Leave me alone, Bobby Sultanets. You know, if you call in, I will talk to you. If you don't, shut up. You chicken shit. Okay, that's all I have to say to you. God, okay, you guys have a good
YouTube
night.
user says he loves you.
Oh, okay, I love you
All
too.
right.
Bobby,
thank you so much. All right, thank you so much for calling in.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
For what? You're good.
No, I don't like Bobby Salty Nuts. He's screwing my life up. Oh, yeah, Edison said hello to you guys, too. Edison, say hi. You know Edison, right?
Awesome.
Yeah,
no, we absolutely know.
Yeah, that's my co-host. I love that.
He hasn't called in a while.
Well, he's been busy. He's
He's your co-host.
Tell him I've been.
Before you leave, Bobby, let me ask you a question. Like, Maddie's my co-host, so he's always right next to me on the screen. Okay, he's always right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now your show, there's about 60 people. So where do you put Addison on the screen?
Addison's right next to me all the time.
Okay, good. I'm okay as long as you give him that
respect.
respect.
If the girls come in, if Carly or Sarah come in, I put one of them in my corner, and then the next one, then I go next, and goes Addison.
Oh, okay. You got to keep the ladies close to you, Bobby.
Yes, the ladies close to me. Yeah. Hey, Manny, how your cats and dogs doing? Good.
They're good. They're just running around. It's moth season, so the cats are up at all the hours of the night, just chasing shit and making noise.
Uh-huh.
But the dogs.
And has your knee much better now?
Yeah, it's okay. Just going to graveyard shift is going to be nice. I can basically give it a lot more rest, so it'll be cool.
Oh, because people are sleeping, right? Hey, Jay, how you doing? Yeah, that's my boy Jay. That's 3 siblings right there. Yeah, whatever. You could. No, I don't.
Okay.
No. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. So I wouldn't either. No. I don't believe him. Okay, guys, have a good night.
Later, bud.
Thanks for having me on.
Wait. Addison said, I get bumped down if a lady comes in. That's right, Bobby.
No, you're next to me. You're always next to me. I always put you next to me.
You literally said that when a chick comes in, you bump him down.
No, I know, but he's next to me, right? Like you got 4 people on top, I think. Okay, Murdoch, how you doing, Murdoch?
What's up, Bob?
Good, nice to see you.
You too, brother.
You believe I saw my friend on my show today?
Oh, the guy from Glen Oaks?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was,
you know Ravi, right? You know Ravi, right?
Yeah, friend of mine. Yeah, that was cool of him to do that for you.
Yes, he helped me out. YouTube, I speak better English than you, so shut up, okay? Thank you. All right, Bobby, guys, you have a wonderful one.
Hold on, Bobby. What did you say? You're going live tomorrow?
Yeah. Okay. What's your stream? What is it? I'm trying.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I go live during Jet games. I'm trying to find my.
Okay, I won't go live.
My little niche.
Let me try to get you. Let me try to go to your. Okay, that you got underlined, huh? Jet stream.
Yeah, it's an underscore, Bob. It's a.
Okay, I didn't see the underscore. What beer are you drinking before I leave?
This one, This one is a Schneider Weiss. It's another Weiss beer. I'm trying all the different Weiss beers I can.
Oh.
It's
Is
a
it
Schneider
dark?
Weiss.
Is it
Yeah,
dark?
they're all. Some are Dunkels. Some are.
I haven't drank in 18 years, so.
Well, we're gonna have to when we get you at a game. We're gonna have to get you shit faced.
No, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry. I don't need alcohol in my body. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night. And
Later, buddy.
I'll come to your show tomorrow then, okay?
All right, brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye now.
Have a good one, Bobby.
Jesus.
Well, I'll tell you, the chat lights up when Bobby comes in, and
They
it's
love
good.
Bobby.
It's messing with them. They love Bobby. Everybody loves to mess with Bobby and have a good time. Now, I do want to point out that Alan was in the chat literally a couple minutes ago. Alan, if you're still here, I will bring you right on. You were next in line to come on the show, and we haven't talked to you yet. I mean, we've talked to you obviously in the comments section, but you haven't been live on the show. So whenever you want to call in, I will bring you in. But until then, we got to go to our next one, who is also in here. We had like 3 or 4 people pop on almost instantaneously. Guys, I'm going to bring in Mets. I just spilt my drink again. This is the second show in a row.
Guys,
I'll be right back.
What's up, Mets? I almost hit you up on Twitter today. Huge win. How about those boys?
yep. Just wish we'd stop with the late inning heroics. I'm not a fan of these slow starts.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the wins where we can get them, but
Take the win, Matt.
I mean, right now I'm just contemplating if I gooped up on a soup recipe I did last night.
Is it chicken noodle soup? I heard Charles Gorman.
No, actually, Murdoch. It's actually Manhattan style vichyssoise.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, just add carrots to a leek and potato soup, Natty.
yeah, that's what the people turn in for. Your fucking soup recipes.
Hey, it's from
What
the
does
book.
that mean, Red?
It's from the book, not me.
No one cares about soup. Let's talk sports. God.
Anyway, my top 5 quarterbacks, I'm going to say Sims, Unitas, Namath, Montana, and I know a lot of people are going to kill me, Eli, at least from 05 to 12.
They can't be mad at you. But here's the thing, dude. You're a Giants fan. You're gonna have some of your guys on there because you watch them more than other people. Like, for me, I'm sitting here going, like, I originally my list, I'm going, oh, I got to put Boomer on there. I used to love watching Boomer, and I was like, all right, come on now, get real. So no, you can't. No one can get mad at you for that. It's fair.
Oh.
I don't hate that list.
I mean, in any case, tonight's Matt Philly game just basically got on my nerves with that first thing. I mean, Senga did good, but then it just turned into a slog of a pitcher's duel until that 8th. You know what I mean, Matty?
Yeah, I only got to listen to it on the radio, actually. So
I watched the whole damn game.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't have ESPN. I don't have cable anymore. So
It was on Fox.
It was on Fox?
Yeah.
Because I went to MLB.com and it said it was only on ESPN, so I didn't even go looking for it on regular TV.
Because I was going to say, all the playoff games, I believe, are available on national television.
Oh, see, I just checked while I was at work, and I was like, all right, whatever.
The thing is, they're being very finicky. I think I've counted only like 2 NL division games are going to be on Fox, the game between the Mets and Phillies today. And if it gets that far, San Diego against Los Angeles in their finale.
Well, I don't know. Like I say, it's been very busy around here today too.
All the AL rounds are going to be on the TBS, True TV, and TNT setups.
I don't know why. I don't know why all these people think I was taking a dump when you clearly saw me spill my alcoholic beverage on my computer.
And like I said, yeah, Mike, I bet you're happy that the Yankees don't have to deal with the boogeyman that is Houston this year.
I told you I wasn't worried about them. I told you that a week ago. I wasn't worried about them.
I'm saying I bet you're still happy that the Tigers knocked them out.
Look, Mets, the way I look at it is this, is I'd rather, once again, I'm the kind of guy that wants to I want to beat the Astros. Like when we played the Niners, I wanted McCaffrey healthy. Like I don't want to play a team, and I don't want to win the World Series and then everybody say, "Oh, but you didn't go through the Astros." Like
Yeah.
I'd rather fucking play them.
I hate the asterisk
It
as
is what it
well.
is.
Fair enough. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
it would be a lull series if it's Detroit and the Mets in the World Series. And I mean laugh out loud World Series if that happens. I mean, we kind of got it last year with Texas and Arizona, did we not?
Well, Mets, did you hear what I said early, like real early in the show, or were you still watching the Yankees or another game?
Actually, I was doing a live react to WWE Bad Blood with a friend of mine.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Well, here's what I said. Look, yeah, and don't spoil it for Maddie. Maddie doesn't want to know what happened.
Yeah, I got
Mets, look at this bracket. Look at this bracket. Okay. You would be lucky to get by the Philadelphia Phillies. That's number one. Even if you get by the Phillies, you're not getting by the Dodgers. Even if you get by the Dodgers, you're not getting by the Yankees or the Indians if they make it into the World Series. It would be the most miraculous playoff World Series win if the Mets somehow found a way to win the World Series. Now, let's just say that all the upsets happen. The Mets beat the Phillies. The Padres beat the Dodgers. The Royals beat the Yankees. And the Tigers beat the Indians. Then there's 4 miraculous teams who all overcame the odds and made it into the ALCS and the NLCS. Now you're competing against other Cinderella seasons. So you have to be the one team of those 4. Like, do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, I understand Mets fans are happy, and they should be. It's been an amazing season. But realistically,
for a year that was supposed to be a kick the can year.
But everything has to fall the exact right way, and the Mets have to play perfect baseball for them to get a World Series championship here. So here's what I'm saying. Enjoy what you're getting. You, Maddie, all the Mets fans out there, enjoy what you're getting. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully you'll get past the Phillies. That would be awesome for you guys. But when it ends, Mets, don't come on here and start screaming because the Mets did exactly what you didn't think they would do most of the season. Most of the season, you were screaming, calling them assholes, calling out their coaches and all this other stuff. And here they are in the second round of the playoffs, up 1-0 over the Phillies. So just enjoy. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to quote Butch from Pulp Fiction when he said, "That's how you win, Butch. They keep underestimating you."
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be fun. So I'm taking every win one day at a time. I'm excited for the wins, and hopefully they keep staying hot. But we're just happy it's the playoffs. I mean, if you'd have told me the Mets were going to make the playoffs in June, I'd have been like, "Get the fuck out of my face."
And then enter the grimace.
Yeah, right. And Haktua girl.
So weird.
And Condolita.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of weird mascots now. What happened?
I guess there's like a Mets Hotties Instagram page. They had an article in the New York Post about it.
Well, it's like, but who would you rather have? A big fat purple blob who promotes disgusting fast food, or a girl who spits on guys' dicks and brags about it?
Okay. The blob. Or would you want
blob, hands down?
Or would you want a baseball utility infielder who does over and switch to Latin pop music?
That's what I'm saying. You guys have a really weird thing going on.
Yeah, it believe me, Mets fans know too. We're kind of like, I don't know what happened here, but we're winning games, so I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and let things go.
See, Mets, you got to take a cue from Matty. He knows better. You guys are lucky to be in the playoffs at all. Take every win you can, and just hope for the best.
Personally, I think the luckiest team out of all of them is the Tigers.
If the Mets win the World Series this year, they will be probably the most deserving team to win it ever. So just savor the win and keep the faith for your team.
I am.
Be realistic. Just take a cue from Matty.
But answer me this.
They're winning games. They're winning games, Mets, and they're winning big games coming up clutch right now, and you're still looking to criticize.
I'm not
take the
criticizing.
win.
I'm just asking. in my view,
Okay.
is the luckiest team to get into this playoffs? The Tigers, yes or no?
I wouldn't say the Tigers. The School Bowl is probably going to win the Cy Young Award. They're not I wouldn't say the luckiest. Why would they be the luckiest?
10.5 games made up in just a little over 6 weeks.
Okay, what is it? The 78 Yankees in August were down 15.5 games. And then when leading up to the Bucky Dent extra game 3-run homer, that was the luckiest back in 78 with Bucky Dent. So that 78 Yankees team would probably be the luckiest to come from 15.5 games in August. You're not going to top that. But listen, you guys deserve to be where you are.
Okay.
And you won a game, and you came up big with Alonso's 3-run homer, and you won the first game. Just try to have a positive outlook for yourself of like, you know what, we came through, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said it earlier, and if the Mets end up even making it to the World Series, this would be one of the greatest sports stories of all
in our
time.
top 5 upsets next week, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would be outstanding. So you can't deny that. Infrared comes in, channel member, says, "Bro, I got to be honest, I haven't rooted for my Mets to make it since the Subway Series. I normally wait until late October to see if we've even made it that far." Well, Mets ain't like that, and I mean our Mets. The guy sitting there who checks kids out of shopping carts, he follows the team every single game, and he's on the internet talking about it.
From spring training till fucking it's snowing.
Actually, I skipped spring training.
Why, you don't like the hats?
No, it's just that to me, spring training's a little more than a recruitment drive setup.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't watch much spring training. It's just it's not my thing. And I don't like the hat.
Nothing really happens in spring training, to be perfectly fair. I mean, you'll have
those
moments like in 17. Gesellman throws a pitch, Echeverria's bat goes flying, it's caught by Guillorme in the dugout.
All right, well, Mets, listen, I'm hoping to hear from you soon. Tuesday night, we'll know a lot more about the Mets and how they're doing. I appreciate you being on, and and let people know where they can find your channel.
You can find me at youtube.com/Mets2128. Find me on X at StingsDisciple2. Those are my primary social media sites.
OnlyFans still under construction.
Oh, I can't wait till Mets OnlyFans comes out.
I'm not a fetish guy, to be honest.
Mets, real quick, do you have one of these at home?
No.
Not yet.
It's not part of your Saturday night?
No, I'm not a drinker.
No, this is water.
Oh.
I just thought the contraction.
I don't have that kind of bottle.
Okay.
All right, Mets, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's painful.
All right.
Whoosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told him I'd get him on if he popped back in, and he popped back in. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to one of our pessimistic Jets fans himself. Alan, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I think I learned something today. I was watching the end of the USC Minnesota game, and the call on the field was stimulating brandishing a weapon 15 yards.
What?
On the defense. That was the call by the referee tonight.
Well, that's what they got.
No, this is worse. The guy lifted his jersey and pointed to like a gun.
Like he had it in
Didn't
his belt?
even do a signal. No signal. Just lifted his shirt, and they called a 15-yard penalty.
So it was implied.
Implied. I've never seen that in my life.
Hold on, but I have to ask you guys this. Lazard got a $14,000 fine for doing like that. Just like a cactus jack, bang, bang, simple thing.
Bang, bang.
He got $14,000. Then you had the guy a couple games later, army crawl after making the sack, then literally pull out the gun and do like this, and I haven't seen a fine for that yet.
Mike, that bang bang penalty changed that game because we're punching it in.
Oh yeah,
if that doesn't happen, the game's over. You win.
But signaling brandishing a weapon 15 yards
That is
was
the
the
stupidest
call.
thing I've ever heard.
I've never seen that in my life. Thank God they didn't win the game. USC lost, but thank God. Okay, that's hilarious. Couple of things. First of all, Maddie, how much are you paying Shesterkin?
He is going to get paid. I don't know. They can't afford to let him leave. So,
11 million.
yeah, I mean, I think he's. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean,
One other off topic. I don't know. You didn't watch the Yankee game tonight. That sixth run, and I'm a Yankee fan. That call that they reversed on the steal by Chisholm to get to that sixth run was as horrendous a call as I've seen in my life.
I'm gonna watch the highlights after we.
Oh my God, and I felt bad for the Royals because they got royally screwed there. Okay,
Alan, I'm watching on Gamecast. I have no context.
it was horrendous. It's such a bad call. He was so out. Oh my God! And then Verdugo got the hit.
Review?
What?
Even after a review?
Even Darling's like, come on, you can't make this call. He was out, and they called him safe, which was ridiculous. And then Verdugo got the hit to win the game. As far as tomorrow morning is concerned, and I said it in the chat, if they can't get home with their 4, they're not going to win the game tomorrow. I know people are like, you got to throw in some blitzes, but again, if they can't get home with their conventional 4, they're going to struggle against Darnold, and Darnold's going to eat them up.
Is
And
Words I never thought I'd hear said aloud.
JJ, is Sauce shadowing JJ or no?
I would keep him there the whole game. I don't know what he's going to do.
Right.
I don't trust anything that Robert Saleh does. I just don't believe in him as a coach.
Yep, right there.
I think he's a fraud. I think he's been a fraud for a couple of years. He lost me when he had the receipts comment 2 years ago, and to me, he never recovered. Never recovered.
Why did he lose you? Why did he lose you? Why did he lose you?
Because he was coming in with bravado that he had no right coming in with. He's done nothing for this team. It's not like he's Rex Ryan, where he brought us to an AFC championship. Yeah, and it's like Rex can have that kind of bravado, but Saleh has proven nothing. And to come in and be like, oh, we have receipts for these games, and it's like, once again, Alan, he didn't lose me there, but I definitely kind of shook my head and been like, okay, well, let's hope he's right, but it still remains to be seen. And of course, we saw what happened.
I hate when players and coaches open their mouths when they've done shit. You see, Michael Irvin spoke, but you know what? Michael Irvin won. Okay, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, the only thing I remember about Robert Saleh with the Niners is his defense up 10 with 8 minutes to go absolutely collapsed against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's all I remember about him with the Niners. He was a good coordinator, but again, the last 8 minutes of that game, they were outscored 21-0. Just remember that. Another part about tomorrow, I know you discussed that they elevated the third quarterback. Rodgers is not healthy. He's just not.
I agree.
He took such a beating last week. And the one thing I worried about coming in this season was the availability and the effectiveness of Tyron Smith. And what I saw last week is a guy who's pretty much not the same player as he was in Dallas. And I worry about the 2 edges tomorrow in Grenard and Van Ginkel. I think they can get around both Fashanu and Smith. And if Rodgers has to run like he did last week, he's going to get hurt.
Yes.
And that's a big problem for me. And I know a lot of people have a lot of confidence in Rodgers, and he's a great quarterback, but this isn't 2010 Aaron Rodgers, okay? This is 2024 Aaron Rodgers. So it's a big difference.
Here's what I will say to that. I think we have a great Aaron Rodgers when it comes to throwing, his accuracy, the zip on the ball, all that. And I think that if he gets a few pressures, he'll still be able to get out of them and be able to zip that ball downfield. But like you said, if it's as many times as he had to run and scramble against the Broncos or get hit as many times or pressured, we're going to have a big fucking problem.
Big issue tomorrow. I worry about the run game against the Vikings are a top 4 team, I guess, against the run.
Yeah.
And Brees Hall has done absolutely nothing thus far this year. So they need to spread it around. And another thing I definitely worry about, and this goes along with Salah, is, I mean, I have much more confidence in Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores devising a game plan against the Jets than I do the other way around. I just do. I think Kevin O'Connell will have a lot of his. To me, I think Justin Jefferson's going to get open a little bit more than people think. I have a problem that Sauce will not. I don't think he's going to travel them the whole game. And to me, that's a big flaw because I think Jefferson would eat up DJ Reed. I think he would. So, and they're doing this
Reed had a
without.
great. He was one of the few Jets who had a good game last week.
Yeah, Reed did have a good game last week.
If they were playing against mid-tier receivers last week,
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Jefferson is a top-notch receiver. Jordan Addison is actually a really good receiver too. And the Jets catch another break because TJ Hawkinson's not going to be playing until week 7. So that's another weapon that they would avoid. But a lot of people who are confident tomorrow, I worry about the game. I actually worry about the game tomorrow more so than next Monday night, because I mean, I love Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any confidence in the Bills defense. I think the Viking defense is opportunistic. I think they have talent on the back end. I love Harrison Smith. I know they've struggled against the pass, but again, I think that their down linemen can get home tomorrow, and that's what worries me.
Yeah, well, they have a great rush defense, but their pass defense is terrible. Statistically. So like you said, if our front guys can protect Rodgers enough for him to get that ball downfield, he will hit our receivers in the hands, in the numbers. The question is, what will they do with it? Will they drop it like Lazard, can do? Will they fumble it like Garrett did? Will Garrett step out of bounds when he had plenty of room to stay in bounds like he did 2 or 3 weeks ago? A lot of our receivers have let down, especially Garrett Wilson, have let down Aaron Rodgers. They need to be on point yesterday because that is how they're going to move the ball down the field.
And all this talk about Devontae Adams, first of all, if I'm Vegas, I don't take anything less than a second and Corley for him. I know people like you can get a third or a fourth. You're going to get maximum value for Devontae Adams. But again, to me, I think Adams is a big help for the Jets, but Reddick is the guy they need. And Reddick's the guy they've needed since the beginning. Again, they started this season. What?
I'm over Reddick.
You could be over Reddick all you want. They don't have any pass rushers to get to the quarterback consistently. Without JJ, they're dead. What do you say?
I said I agree. Without JJ, there's a problem. But I also think that I do think Will McDonald is better than people give him credit for. I think that he will. Let's see what happens tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
And who's playing opposite him?
That's a problem.
The big problem. Again, they're starting this season. Again, without JJ and what you expected to be Hassan Reddick, you're playing with a guy who gets to the quarterback somewhat consistently on a third down basis in Will McDonald, and you have a bunch of nobodies on the other side. You have a bunch of UDFAs. You have Michael Clemens, to me, who is a backup at best. Yeah. You have confidence in then getting to the quarterback tomorrow. And this is, Sam Darnold is playing over his head. Don't get me wrong. We haven't faced some of the top quarterbacks this year. Imagine this front four against Josh Allen. He will tear them apart next week if they don't get there with their front four. He will. But again, I
think Josh Allen has a little bit of a problem with the Jets. Every player has a problem with a certain team, and it's just something that they have to go throughout their career. I think Josh Allen just goes into MetLife and he gets the jitters. But my big thing is we need guys like Quinnen to be getting to the quarterback to open it up for other guys coming around the edge. And Quinnen's not doing that. What did he get? Like a half a sack on the season?
I disagree with you on the Allen part in a sense for this year because there's no Bryce Huff and there's no JJ this year. So he's going to face a front four that's going to struggle to get to him. I really believe it. I think he can tear them apart. And it's a different type of Buffalo offense. It's not really a deep throwing offense. You can hit Cook in the backfield. You can throw it over the middle to both Kincaid and Shakir. It's a different type of Buffalo offense. They don't have to go throw the ball deep. But I hope I'm wrong tomorrow. But again, tomorrow is step 2 of the Fire Salah Brigade. Tomorrow they lose.
We will see, but if they do, I think Robert Salah's ass couldn't get on a hotter seat.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys, and again, my favorite quarter of all.
Real quick, Alan, before you give your quarterbacks and head out, if somebody does pull a trigger and says, okay, you know what, we need to do something now. This is a win now season, and Robert Saleh ain't doing it. Is Ulbrich the guy who takes over just for the rest of the season?
You can't hire a new coach from outside. You got to bring in Ulbrich. You see, I think Saleh has till next Monday night. If they start 2-4, I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's going to get the season. I just don't think that happens. I don't think he gets the season at all. I think if they lose tomorrow and they lose at home to the Bills in front of that fan base, there will be Fire Saleh posters outside of his house next Monday night. Okay.
It'll be like
my favorite
case. Didn't that guy fly a plane over? Didn't that guy fly a plane over One Jets Drive with Fire Adam Gase? Yeah, it'll be like that.
Yeah,
absolutely. My favorite quarterback of all time, just not the best quarterback, but my favorite quarterback of all time is John Elway. Just loved watching him play. He was such a great athlete. I got to work with the second favorite quarterback of all time, and that's Dan Marino. I worked with him for about 5 years at CBS. Was such a great guy. He knew I was a Jet fan, so he used to make fun of me all the time with the fake spike. But he was just such a class guy. So, and I disagree with one thing that you said, Mike, about Elway. Look at the 3 teams that they lost to in the Super Bowl. Montana, first of all, their defenses were shredded in all 3 of those games. They had no chance in those games. The Skin game, the Skin scored, 35 points in the second quarter. The Niners went up and down the field against them. And again, the Giants beat them up in that second half in that game. So even though he's 2-3 in the Super Bowl, I don't blame John Elway for losing those 3 games. He was playing against a team that had a more well-rounded organization than he did in Denver. That's just my opinion.
My whole thing with Elway isn't necessarily that he lost the Super Bowls. My issue is with the 2 he won. It seemed like the NFL wanted him to win. It was part of the story. It's part of why the Kansas City Chiefs will be 3-time Super Bowl champions. It's part of the history of the league, and it just seemed like everything, every call, every play, like everything went his way in the twilight of his career with back-to-back Super Bowls.
But weren't they 7-point dogs against the Packers in his first win? I don't agree with that. I understand the line. Yeah, they were at least touchdown underdogs in that game. I'm not talking about the second game. The Falcon game was awful. The Falcons had no business being in that championship game. But again, the Packer game is where he shined when they were 7-point dogs in that game. So again,
that's my point. Like in the one with the Falcons, it's that, I mean, like once again, the Vikings should have been there.
They should have been there.
Yeah, and probably should have beat them. The Jets should have beaten them. The Jets
should have been there. I was at that game, so yeah, they should have. They were up 10-0. I was in Denver for that game.
Wasn't Minnesota 15-1 that year?
They were, and that was the game. I think Anderson missed the kick. Yeah,
against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Mike. I'm gonna repost. I have my file. Alan, can you tell me what you think about this? Mikey, can you put it up?
Sure.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I found a new super chat that I got to get to, but let me just go back to the live.
Oh, the end of this game is going to be awesome. Sorry. You got to put on the Arkansas-Tennessee game. It's unbelievable. Sorry.
What do you think of my list, Alan?
I mean, it's the same 5 guys as I have. I have Montana 1. I think Montana's the best quarterback. I have Montana's the best quarterback of all time.
Who?
Yeah,
Joe Montana is the best quarterback of all time.
You think
I
talent
know
wise?
people say Brady. Remember, Brady should have lost the Seattle game. He was gifted that one. And and I know that they had the great comeback. Atlanta gave away that game at 28-3. So those are two other losses. Montana is the best quarterback of all time. Brady 2. I have Mahomes 3, Manning 4, and Elway 5. So that's
but
pretty
you
much it. But
see, I broke mine down between success and talent. That's why I wanted you to.
Elway is the best pure talent. I agree with that. He is. I totally agree. And Rodgers is a top 5 talented quarterback, but again, you look at his postseason, he hasn't been so great. He struggled in the postseason.
Like Dan Marino was probably him and Rodgers, the 1-2 of passes of the football, but Marino couldn't move, and they never won. That's why I got Marino down. They never won, and he couldn't get out of the pocket. He was one of the best, top 2 throwers. But he was one-dimensional.
Totally agree.
Him and Rodgers throwing the football, I'm taking them to all day of all time. Manning, because he could throw the ball, he wasn't mobile, but he was cerebral to where he could pick apart a defense at the line of scrimmage. That's why I have him up there. But Elway overall could throw that ball on a line 80 yards deep. He could run, Mikey, when we were talking just about that Super Bowl against the Falcons, you know that famous helicopter play where he went for the first down and he got crushed, but he did the helicopter. That's the guy who's that's big right there. So that's why other quarterbacks couldn't do that. So
the drive in Cleveland is the best drive by a quarterback I have ever seen down the street. That's the best pure drive when they needed that score in Cleveland in that weather, in that hostile environment. It's the best pure drive I've ever seen in the postseason. It has to be for me. He was unbelievable on that drive. But I appreciate it, guys. Again, 27-17 Vikings. Appreciate me being called the hater, but I'm not a hater. I just see it. I say it like I see it.
No, Alan, I don't
take.
call you a hater. I call you a pessimist. There's a difference.
I don't think I'm a pessimist. I think I'm a realist. I've seen this team for 40 years.
Maybe.
It's the same shit. Same shit every year. Shit every year.
I defend Allen every chance I get because
let me tell you, Alan. Yeah, Alan, because Murdoch, we're well over our 2-hour time for a Saturday night, and I still got one more person waiting, and I want to make sure I get him in. But Alan, thank you so much. You are always welcome to call in, and we'll always try to get to you because I do love your takes because I don't want people always agreeing. I want people coming in and disagreeing and having conversation. That's what makes a good show. So I appreciate it.
Totally agree. In about 8 days, you'll see the fire salad signs all over the place. Have a good one, man.
Later, Alan.
Have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a super chat in the chat. One more to go. Let's hit that. And the Jets chant. Jets. John coming in, the star of tonight with $2 saying the cheating fucks lost. Go Buckeyes. I have no TVs on in this room except for the game behind me, which obviously everyone knows I just throw on an old Jets game and have it on behind me. But John, I appreciate it. Obviously Buckeyes fan in the house, and that's okay. I'm just, when I watch college football, I'm still always trying to root for Notre Dame because I grew up, they were always on TV. I love their uniforms. Then Rudy came out. It's just, whatever. But I'll tell you guys this. I do not like when they fuck with the Notre Dame uniforms because I was watching a game last week. I don't like their chrome gold helmets. I like the spray painted gold helmets. And I don't like when they wear the white uniforms with gold numbers and green shamrocks on them. I just want the fucking blue uniform with ND. That's all. Let's keep it simple, stupid. But thank you, John. I appreciate the super chat. You guys kicked ass tonight in these gifted channel memberships, and all that stuff. Make sure you're hitting the like button on your way in or out, folks. It's free. It's just a little thumbs up, and it looks nice. It's like a little thumbs up. All you do is go boop. There you go. All right, we got one last person, and we're gonna have to keep this short just because, like I said, we are now 20 minutes over our time limit, but we can't leave tonight without the lane train. Toot, toot. What's up, Lane? Oh, you're muted, Lane.
You're on mute.
And the Jets stream Mad Dog and Misty Jets.
Yep.
Also, I just want to say, so I watched the Mets game, but I don't get is they challenged the guy at second, and I was still thinking, was he out or was he safe? I mean, what do you think?
I didn't see it, but Alan was just on, and he said that was a wrong call even after the replay. So I didn't see it, and I'm gonna go back as soon as I get off of here and check that out, Lane.
Oh, and also I'm gonna make it short. So they start at 9:30 tomorrow for the Jets. I think it's gonna be a good game. The Jets have some injuries also, but I think honestly, the way they're gonna play, like I hope they play and they win. Because if they lose tomorrow and they lose against Buffalo, it's not gonna look good for Week 16.
No, that's quite a jump there, Lane, to go from the next 2 weeks to Week 16.
It's on Monday. Yeah. You got to worry about tomorrow. I mean, because I know it's supposed to rain tomorrow there. Is it going to affect the field?
No, it's supposed to rain overnight in London. It should be raining like right about now, and it's right now. It's like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I know it's a time difference there.
Yeah, but by the time the game starts, it's not supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be just cloudy.
Yeah, I know. So it's not going to affect the game. And I'm also turning 37 years old. So,
yes, happy birthday, Lane. And I hope the Jets win for you tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, because I think that they're gonna hopefully have nobody else gets injured. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that would be...
So I wanted to keep it short because I don't want to have you go over.
Lane, how many beers?
Well, Lane, I hope you.
Yeah.
We'll be back Tuesday night. We'll be back next Saturday. Feel free to call in,
Yeah.
and I really do appreciate you are a viewer of this show.
Okay. Bye. Thank you for taking my call.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Thank you, Lane. All right, guys, we got to end it out here. I got to end out this show. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. That really helps out. Murdog joined us tonight. My co-host Misty Jets here tonight, and myself. We always have a great time on the show, and Saturday nights are always the best. Murdog, give your plugs, your final thoughts, and all of that stuff.
I'm going to try, Mikey, to go live tomorrow from a living room. YouTube.com/at the jet stream. It's gonna be hard to do, but I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I just hope you at least get a better game than when we were on, because I'm sure, I mean, me and you and Infrared and the guys that came on, Johnny Boy and all that stuff. I haven't seen him. Has he been in the chat? I haven't seen him.
He's in real quick. He's been in and out a little bit.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we and Genergy, I'm sure we made it entertaining, but the thing is that it was like brutal for us. It's brutal for anybody to cover a game that ends 10-9.
Yeah.
Like if that was a baseball game or a hockey game, okay, we'd be having a great time.
Right. Yeah.
This is a football game.
When Sasha and I were in a very hostile away bar. Like,
oh boy,
it was not good. We left a little early.
Hey Maddie, how are you feeling with the picket fence situation? You okay?
I don't even want to fucking talk about that shit. I just hope there's a giant bruise. I'm gonna walk around in a wife beater all day tomorrow.
For those who didn't know, Maddie got into a fight with poles from a picket fence.
If only it were that easy. Yeah, we'll just say that I was ambushed by my own garage.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thank you for asking.
And before, but let me tell you this. One more thing before Murdog goes. Murdog, do you watch hockey?
I do. I'm an Islander fan.
Oh wow! So we have one of each of us in here.
Oh god.
So before you guys leave, when were you? How old are you? I know how old you are. Okay, so you were probably very young when those Islanders got those cups. I mean, you don't.
Yeah, well, that's how I became an Islander fan. My dad season ticket holder. He took my sister, my older sister, to all the games, and he'd come home. And back then, they'd blow up the pictures from the film, so they like these big pictures of all the 4 cups, like throughout. And I remember crying, like, I want to go to the game, but I was a puppy, so I didn't get to go. But that's how I became an Islanders fan, is because my dad was there for all the 4 cups. And I just saw the pictures the whole time when he came home from the games, and so that's how I became an Islander fan.
Well, before you guys head out, I just want to reiterate that the first 2 games of the NHL season are over. The Global Series is done, and the New Jersey Devils are 2-0 to start the season, taking out the Buffalo Sabres in 2 straight games, very convincing victories. And before you guys go, in our memories, like of the 3 of us, there's only 3 things that we need to remember, and it's this.
Yeah,
Wow.
It takes a big man to brag about beating the Buffalo Sabres in some war-torn Eastern European nation that doesn't really get paid attention to. That's huge. Yay for you.
But you know what? Those 3 Stanley Cups are the ones that we remember in our lifetimes.
I remember one in my lifetime.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Well, as our girl Janet has said many times, what have you done for me lately?
Well, if we're going by lately, then the Devils have the last 3 of the 3 of us.
Oh, you're what is it? 23 years ago? Starting to, you know what? Devils fans are the Dolphin fans of hockey.
How? Except we win. We've won cups. There's a difference.
Yeah,
like the Dolphins last time. Look, you can brag more, Maddie, than a Dolphins fan if you're going Rangers, because you guys won in 94. The Dolphins haven't won since 73, 74, 72?
72.
Come on, man. Don't compare them. It's different.
You're the shit you get Dolphins fans shit about. You're doing that with your Devils.
Except the Devils won in my lifetime. And let me just show you one more time, Maddie.
You're just being that guy.
Do you remember those?
Like I say, you want to be that guy, be that guy.
I was 14 or 15 there. I was 19, 20 there, and I was 22, 23 there.
And now you're a middle-aged man close to death, just like the rest of us. So, great. That was like yesterday for you.
All right, let's end out the show. Murdoch,
right,
thank you very much.
Now that I definitely won't be invited back.
Oh.
No, I think it works out great that there's one of each of us.
Actually, that's kind of fun. It'll be fun throughout the season for us to have a few hockey minutes here and there.
And to be fair, this season I do not fully. I expect you guys to both do better than the Devils.
I'm not convinced.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm just happy, as Randall and Clerk said, hockey's hockey. At least we got to play.
There you go, Murdoch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. It'll be interesting to see. It's 5:30 in the morning here, so it'll be interesting to see until the beer runs out. And you know what sucks is that everything's closed here to go get more. So
I'm pretty sure you just go bang on your neighbor's door. They got some.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's gonna be interesting. All right, boys. Love you guys.
Later,
Great
brother.
show.
Good to see you. Thanks for being on.
Everybody in the chat. Be good.
All right, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Murdog on the Jet stream. And I know he has his thing down there, like youtube.com/@the_jet stream. But if you just put in Murdog, the Jet stream, it'll show up.
Oh, okay.
That's how I found it.
I think that's how I did too.
Maddie, anything else you want to say before we head out tonight and go to sleep dreaming of a Jets victory in the morning?
Nah, man, it's going to be kind of a busy weekend. So I may be quiet on the socials after tomorrow, but I will definitely be up and watching the game. It's 7:30 for me tomorrow. So,
oh God.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be a little rough. So, but I'll be there with bells on.
All right, Maddie. Have a good night.
Good night.
There we go, folks. Another show in the books. I appreciate all you guys in the chat, especially those of you who have stuck around here till the end. Alan, YouTube user, Novatera. Hey, I didn't see you in there. Hey, 10 hours until game time. Hell yeah. So that means, what are we going to do? I mean, like I said, I still got some highlights to watch, some other things to watch. It's going to be rough. Jay Reeves, who's apparently three siblings, so he's been around a little while longer than I thought, but now he's here in his Clark Kent persona. Jay Reeves. Stack is in here. Lane is still in here. Infrared. Scott. Guys, thank you so much for being in here. Kim, thank you so much for monitoring this show. A lot of my other I'm a little upset because I gave the channel moderator status to a few people, and as far as I know, you're the only one who showed up. I know Ricky said he'd be on and off depending on his work. I'm a little upset at Dano. Where the hell have you been, bro? Yeah, but I thank you. And it looks like, honestly, it looks like your work, Kim, got that jabroni there. What was his name again? I forget. Rick Roll. Looks like you got him out of here a couple hours ago. So I appreciate that. Once again, we're not trying to ban people. He didn't get banned. I promise you people that. It's all about just not spamming the chat, which he likes to do, and not writing the F slur for the gays or the N word or whatever else, because that could apparently hurt my channel because I allow it in the comments section. So he can't come in here and do that shit. And expect to just get away with it and possibly ruin my channel, or spam the chat so that you guys can't put in your comments and your comments just get pushed up because he wants to write F A G G. Oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. So I definitely appreciate all you guys being in here. It means a lot to me. Guys, you kicked ass tonight on the super chats, channel memberships, all that stuff. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate you being in here every Saturday night. And of course, tomorrow after the New York Jets game, I will have my reaction video to the game up around a half hour after the game ends. It'll show up. Please watch the video. Remember, the Jets win, I get a couple hundred views. I'll get 100 to 1,000 views if the Jets win. The Jets lose, I'm usually between 5 and 10,000 views. So it's up to you guys as Jets fans to, if the Jets win tomorrow and I come on and I'm actually happy, watch the video, comment on the video, and hit the like button so that more people see it, just like on this channel. Okay, let's try to, if the Jets win, let's try to get me over 1,000 for the views. It's very rare for a Jets win for me to get over 1,000. Now, if they lose tomorrow, the sky's the limit. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host. This was our Saturday night show. I'll be at you with a reaction video tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you Tuesday night. Have a good one, everybody. Trey, I haven't seen you in a while. Check out the replay if you can.